Steel boots stomping, crashing the floor. Two wild Yinzers kicking through the door. Loud like a jag off at a pins game fight. Brace yourself, this ride ain't polite. Two dumb Yinzers, loud and proud. Heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice. Tales from the burg with a hint of mayhem. Pierogi powered, nothing can constrain them. Knocking back stories like an icy cold brew. You never know what these two might spew. Two dumb Yinzers, loud and proud. Heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice. From the burg with a hint of mayhem. Pierogi powered, nothing can constrain them. Knocking back stories like an icy cold brew. You never know what these two might spew. Two dumb Yinzers, loud and proud. Heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice. Rivers collide where the laughs always flow. Black and gold.
Hey y'all.
Where they go. The madcap kings.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the show. This is episode 1009. The Two Dumb Yins. I want to say to everybody today, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. I just want to say, if you're tuning in, you might want to just turn around and go right back to bed. Go back to work. Whatever it was that you were doing. Because it ain't good. Get to everything in just a moment. Welcome back to the show. Yeah. Welcome back, everybody. Derpy all the way from Ground Zero in Naheezy, baby.
What's good?
What's good, brother? Derpy is
How are we, gentlemen?
Derpy is tapping in from St. Vincent College in Latrobe. Everybody, I do want to say welcome back to the show. Good morning. Good afternoon. This is episode 1009. Got a lot to get into today. Derpy, some injuries. How are you, sir?
Yes.
How are you today?
I'm good. Made a fantastic trip down here. Hasn't rained yet, so it's a good day.
All right, good. That's great to hear. I mean, that's the only great thing that I'm hearing so far from camp today is the Steelers are back for their seventh practice. They're back at it today. Derpy, some injuries so far. Some big names, IMAX, Rico Dowdle, and just recently, Brandon Eccles names are popping up across my screen for some injuries. Do you have any info on the injury situation down there?
No, not right now.
How's it?
I just know that Maxwell went out as soon as I got here. He took his helmet off and went to the sidelines, and then Dowdle saw the play what happened to him. He tweaked it after a catch on the sidelines. I'm not too sure on Eccles, though.
Yeah, from what I saw, it looked like an ankle injury for Eccles.
Okay.
Okay. Not what we want to hear to kick off Thursday's practice. Again, guys, we've got a game 1 week from today as the Green Bay Packers make their way to town next Thursday night for a preseason game against our Steelers. Derpy down at Ground Zero, down at St. Vincent College in Latrobe. Derpy, how's it looking? A lot of folks down there?
Oh, yeah. Hold on.
My man cannot work his phone. It's like watching Grandpa.
I gotta be honest with you. I would rather this than to see his boobies on a stuck screen.
This is actually kind of. I got to screen cap those eyes, boys.
I'm going to continue to talk. I know that Derpy's working on something on his end there, but I do want to say good afternoon. Welcome back to everybody. Derpy down at Ground Zero, getting all the scoop, guys. Again, not off to a great start today as we are in the Steelers' 7th public practice at St. Vincent College in Latrobe, right here in Western Pennsylvania, Westmoreland County to be exact. I can hear you, Derpy.
We can hear you, buddy.
I'm trying. I was trying to show the crowd, but
okay, continue to do what you're doing. I do want to say what's up to everybody. Welcome to the show. Again, Derpy Ground Zero. Here we are. We're back, episode 1009. A lot of things going on. And again, not great news today. We got a lot to get into just off the top from this morning. First round pick for the Steelers, IMAX going down, getting helped off the field by the trainer. This morning also, Rico Dowdle being reported by Derpy that Rico Dowdle tweaked the ankle. Apparently, it looked like. Was it an ankle? I'm sorry. And also Brandon Eccles.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
So
I would assume
with
it's his ankle.
Rico Dowdle with an ankle, and then Mike's just reporting that Brandon Eccles, they're dropping like dominoes, Mike, like flies.
I'm going to try to refresh real quick.
All right, yeah, do your thing, brother. We'll be right here. Again, there's Derpy, everybody. He is at Ground Zero at training camp at St. Vincent College. Lots going on today. Again, not such great news for the Pittsburgh Steelers, only being a week out from their first preseason game against Green Bay at home next week. But before I move any further, Michael, how are you today, sir?
I'm doing good, brother. Just damn excited to be here, talk some Steelers football. Had a really good nap before the show, so I'm fired up and ready to go.
All right, lots of stuff going on. Let me get to the board early here because we do have a lot going on. We have Derpy on the site. We do have news coming out. We have injuries. Good afternoon to you. Welcome back to the show, guys. We are just 7 days from Green Bay. 38, Mike. That is Tim Worley. Tim Worley days away from the opener against the Atlanta Falcons right here. Of course, Tim Worley was a guest on our show before. As a matter of fact, one of my favorite guests we've ever had on the show. Mike, 38 days. There he is. You see Mike is holding the little Tim Worley in his screen there. Guys, let me say what's up to everybody. Welcome, guys. John, dude, what's up, my brother? He says, afternoon, fellas. Great seeing you, dude. Always great seeing the dude on the terrible board. Hey, Yinzers, that's Kevin Reed, my man. What's up, brother? Great seeing Kevin in the house today. Also, Cody sending laughing disco balls. We appreciate your balls, Cody. As always, my friend, you keep them swinging this way. We will certainly accept them, my friend. Always great seeing Cody. Tortilla Jackson all the way from Sacramento, California. In the house, he says, I bury toes in burritos. Again, with the wordplay, it continued from yesterday. I'll talk to him a little bit more as we go. Sig Jones from across the land. Sig says, good morning, motherfuckers. How the fuck we doing? We're not doing so. I mean, we're doing good. I'm not injured. If that makes you feel any better, I don't know that it will. But again, lots of scoop this morning before we even got off and running. Again, we will have live updates throughout practice today. Today is an extra long one, Mike. They did a mock walkthrough yesterday behind closed doors. Today, back at it in front of the public. This is going to be a 2.5-hour practice, as Mike McCarthy stated after having an easy day yesterday in a walkthrough. So we will have continuous up-to-date information. Derpy down at Ground Zero. Mike keeping his eye on all the live information coming through. We will have everything for you as the show goes on today. Welcome back. Glad to see us here, guys. This is again the 7th public practice for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Let me grab a couple more of these messages and we're going to get this thing rolling. RB, my man from right here on the show, love RB. He says this, I thought Derpy had an afro for a second on my phone screen. That tree behind him looked like his hair. And I saw it. I saw exactly what you seen, RB, and I couldn't agree with you more, brother. How are you? How are you, B? Let's go right here to the original. Not just any OG. This is the original Yinzer Joe, everybody. Welcome back to the show. Hello, Yinzer fam. Great seeing Yinzer Joe, as always, on the terrible board. Just learning in the house. Good afternoon to you as well, sir. Mark, I'm sorry. Let's go right here to RB. He says, cramping issues for Dowdle. I'm being told IMAX with the shoulder and not thought to be anything at the moment. Again, those are the injuries of this morning. We'll get to that in just a second. Tortilla says, Anderson Cook and Broderick Jones are going to have to save us for paying JPJ. Cody, he says, IMAX is officially Broderick Jones. Good day to you. Diesel, hey-hos. What's up, brother? Hey-hos. My man, always great seeing Diesel, 56-year-old, on the terrible board. Everybody, we are again today in the 7th public practice for the Pittsburgh Steelers at training camp, guys. So much going on this morning. I have a sheet to talk about, but before I even get a chance to get to my sheet, we have 3 injuries this morning. I'm getting a little bit more information as we are moving along here. Guys, again, Steel Loyal. Boys, what's up, brother? My man, Steel Loyal in the house. Always great seeing Steel. So the 3 injuries so far this morning, IMAX, off the field with a shoulder being helped off by a trainer. RB is telling us that it is thought to be Nothing to be serious, nothing, not to be anything serious right now with the shoulder. But again, we'll certainly be keeping our eyes on that. Rico Dowdle has some issues with some cramping. Apparently, he came off the field. Derby reported that it appeared that he tweaked something at first, but being helped off the field as well. And also, Brandon Eccles, the latest, Mike is reporting some injury news coming by way of Brandon Eccles. Mike.
Brandon Eccles with his left ankle wrapped with ice bigger than Derpy's dome.
Wow.
He's sitting down there like that. I haven't seen anything on the old Twitter machine about Rico. And then the IMAX stuff is still saying like shoulder, neck area. So, but like when everything that I've seen with Mad Max, like trainer wise, it's like one trainer off to the side with him, and then him just taking his time walking up to the facilities to get looked at. What didn't seem like any rush to get Mad Max back into the locker room and get looked at and evaluated. So yeah, it's probably looking like nothing serious as of yet. If it was like something that they deemed serious, I'm sure they would have been hustling and bustling to get him. But it looked like it took us time. But it's, my God, it's like what we talked about yesterday. You do not want to lose any of these rookies the way we have the past 4 or 5 years now. It feels like this is like too much emotional trauma with first round picks or guys that you're excited about getting hurt, because he's been, like Mike McCarthy said, every day in pads he's just looking like the guy you want him to be.
A couple things here about this injury here. I mean, IMAX now with him being out again, we're being told that it's not that serious. However, we don't know for sure, but we do know this, Mike. As of right now, we are one Dylan Cook injury away from being back to Broderick Jones. So things may get interesting. They may not. Again, the word is that it is not looking that serious. It's a shoulder for IMAX. But again, you can never be too sure, guys. Let's check out what's some more things going on the board. Tortilla says the Odyssey. You ought to see us play in IMAX. Let's go to Yinzer Joe. He says trade JPJ. Cody says this. We drafted Broderick Jones twice. Tortilla says wordplay. Who the fuck is Word and why is he playing? He is on fire today. Tortilla already out the gate. Steel Loyal says Yinzer Joe. Does it hurt when you wipe from back to front? You don't wipe from back to front. Every one of us girls knows that. Also, Tortilla says Broderick problem was playing too much. My issue is this: if I found out any of these injuries were any of these guys avoiding being tackled, I'm just going to freak out, because of course you know that I'm all on board for tackling. No tackling this year, but the injuries still continue to come. Crazy to me. But hey, you know what? Let's go back to see what RB is saying here on the board. He says most DNs are trying to troll Tyrone, but I'm starting to really want to trade JPJ. I'm sick of the guys around here. Don't blame him fully, but I'm tired of the selfishness. RB tapping in today. Also, Derpy down at ground zero, giving us some reports throughout the day. And again, Mike will keep us up on all the scoop coming across the wire, Mike, as this is going to be a longer practice today. Coach Max saying roughly 2.5 hours.
Yeah, 2.5 hours. And, the guys are already getting hurt. Mike McCarthy is working the boys too hard. I can see the narrative already. The physical practice guys are falling. They're getting hurt. They're dying.
So many shenanigans, Mike. Too many shenanigans.
But, speaking of Broderick Jones, apparently he's little note that I just come across that he had a couple nice blocks on a couple runs here recently in the last handful of minutes. So it's nice. It's nice to see Brojo getting into it, getting physical.
Mike, we
need him.
The good thing about Brojo, he's going to get an opportunity to somewhat show the fight that he has. And again, I think that this is beneficial. No, I don't want to lose IMAX, but I hope that it's not serious and we can maybe take a look at a couple other things. Just getting a few more reps here, a few more reps there from some of the guys. You can learn a lot. So at the end of the day, we're going to continue to hope that the 3 injuries reported this morning, if you're just tuning in, IMAX helped off the field with his shoulder. Also, Derpy right below us on site at camp. The second injury, of course, Rico Dowdle appeared to be some kind of a cramp perhaps in his ankle. And then finally, Brandon Eccles again. He also injured this morning. Nothing, as we know right now, is serious, but right now we do know that those 3 injuries did happen this morning, and we're certainly keeping a close eye on those as practice does go. Mike, again, 2.5 hours practice today. Mike Tomlin stepping it up after going indoors behind the scenes yesterday, a little mock game walkthrough, if you will. Steelers back again today at the 7th public practice at training camp, guys. Let me see what's still going on the board. We have a lot to get into. Let's go right here. Let's go to right here. Diesel says this. Diesel says most men nowadays wipe when they piss anyway. Of course, who wants a little dribble? That'll always make you look silly, especially in public. But you know what? I like to dribble, Mike. I prefer to dribble down my leg, actually, before I leave the restroom.
Ray, who does? Speaking of dribble down your leg, what up, Derpy?
Speaking of leg dribble, here he is in the house. Derpy live with us, sir. Looking good in the sun, in the elements. Brother, how is things looking for you, man?
Like I said earlier, it didn't rain, so I think it's a good day.
Good. Clouds look nice behind you. Nice, some cumulus clouds, perhaps, and looking good. Derpy's looking good. What else? Report some of what you're seeing going on down at camp, Derpy.
Well, like I said earlier in the message, Ryan, the O-line looks okay, but not great. Defense looks aggressive, though.
Okay. Yeah, you did. Derpy was telling me that, too. Defense is looking sharp today.
Yes.
Anything else, Derpy? Anything of notable? Anything notable that you would like to bring up while we do have you?
Rodgers threw a pick. I don't know if you've seen that.
No, we did not.
Yeah, he just like a minute ago. And besides the injuries, there's not really. Like I said before, there's not really much. Right now, I think they're just doing some offensive drills, maybe like a 2-minute. But they all look solid. All
right, Derpy on the scene. Derpy, do what you can on your end. I know that the situations you got going, trying to stay connected. Do the best that you can. We're right here. Pop in at your leisure if anything happens. If not, have yourself a great time. We'll be right here. Derpy, thank you so much. You're looking good, brother. Keep up the great work.
For sure.
All right.
One other thing.
Yes.
Do you want to do all 4 tomorrow?
Yeah, we'll finish the AFC. We'll get it taken care of. No worries. We'll do, we're at ground zero. Yeah. You focus on that now, brother, and we'll get everything taken care of.
All right, sounds good.
All right, sir. Pop in when you need to. If you come across anything good, juicy, pop on in.
All right.
Thank you, Derpy. All right, there you go, Derpy down at ground zero, everybody. Mike, if I'm going to get on and actually, I'm going to put up my little Derpy logo if I can get to it here. Let's just go here real quick. A little horseplay, and then I'm going to get started. I swear to you.
There we go. Some Derpies
on the board, throwing up the Derpy. There it is, everybody. You can also have access to these emojis as well. So $1.99 for the membership, which is totally different to subscribe from the channel. So keep that in mind. It's totally free to subscribe. It's just like a social media page. However, the membership, $1.99, you can have access to the Derpy emoji, the Vanilla Thunder emojis, the Terrible Towel, the catchphrases from the show, game ball, so many things, guys. Just $1.99. It's by month. There's no commitment. So have a lot of fun with that, guys. That is there for your fun. Let's continue to move forward and see what's going up on the board right here. Jamie Carlo, yo, what's up, brother? Always great seeing Jamie in the house on the terrible board. Still Loyal saying selfishness, referring, of course, to RB. RB's comment on the board. There it is. Jamie Carlo got the, I want to say welcome. Jamie Carlo does have the TJ Watt emojis up right now, as you can see on the board. Mike, they were forced upon us. They were forced upon us yesterday from Rimsey. Lindsay, of course, Mike, made you make the TJ Watt emojis. And I got to be honest, I like them. They're pretty cool looking.
I like them too, man. I think all the emojis turned out really well.
I could agree. I really do agree with that. Let's continue right here. Squeege, my man, I do love your work, sir. I come and I watch that damn Toledo games every time. Squeege, my man, Squeege TV in the house. He also does something really cool here on YouTube. If you want to check him out, go by that name right there you see on the screen. Check out Squeege. Again, just watch it. I think you'll like it. That's all I'm going to say.
Real quick, just because Squeege is here and he's the Toledo. Did anyone catch Akron football college? Like, you can sign up for their season tickets, and if you win, you can script their opening drive of their first home game.
I did see that. I never.
I'm sorry. I know there wasn't the time for it, but Squeege made me remember it. I apologize. Thunder got excited. He saw Derpy. and figured he'd be like Derpy, just interject random topics.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like Akron, I've never heard of her, but again, I did see this this stuff that you guys are talking about. That is pretty cool. But of course, it's a team that literally nobody cares about if they're letting you script their whole entire first drive.
I know, brother. I'm sorry, I got excited.
It's all good. Welcome, Squeege. Always great seeing you, my man. Tyrone, RB. Nobody cares what you want. I do want to say what's up to my man Tyrone. Tyrone in the house. Always great seeing the GOAT on the board. I just have to check into what Derpy's saying. Howard just had a good ball for a nice long catch. Okay,
nice,
Derpy. Reporting to us here at the show. Let's go to Steel Loyal. God forbid an elite corner want to get paid. What he's worth is what Steel Loyal is saying. Let's go here to Ty. Ty saying JPJ's the GOAT. Following it up by saying he's not playing until he gets a deal, whether you like it or not. Let's go down and see what Yinzer Joe got going on right here. I'm sorry it's that time of the month for you still. Have your man buy you some oversized pads. That way it covers all your holes. Let's go here to RB. He says, what else is it? He agreed to terms of his contract, and he's refusing to work with everyone else because he wants his money now. It's selfishness. I don't say it's right or wrong, but is what RB is saying here on the board. Followed with the but. Let's continue right here to Cody. Cody says, probably easier to get injured when you're trying to prevent yourself from. That's what I'm thinking. A tackle is a natural movement. If you're playing football and you stop yourself from that natural movement, I'm just saying, I can see injuries happening. I believe they probably have in the past. Let's continue to move forward here to Tortilla. He says, yeah, everyone knows selfishness makes the best football players. You're not wrong. Let's go to JPJ's the GOAT. That is from Just Learning. And right back to RB. He says, everybody else probably wants more money, but is still out there doing their job. Tyrone in response says, yeah, he's up for contract. LOL, he's not going to practice. Then what if he gets hurt? Then, oh, no, lose money. It's business, bro. Cody says, JPJ injured. I do want to say what's up to Cody. I do want to say what's up to Somber in the house all the way from Los Angeles, California. Diesel 56 says this, Drizzle D. Drizzle D. Drizzle D, he's reporting to me right now, Mike. He is saying what? He is saying this. Aller's in. Speaking of the devil, I have no say. The rain is starting. Mike, it was looking beautiful when Derpy had us was on the screen. Now it's starting to rain. He's saying lots of fights today.
Yeah, there have been a couple. Ben Sco and I think Peyton Wilson and another member of the defense were in a scuffle.
It must be something in the air because, again, yesterday on the board here, Mike, the terrible board was scuffling. Today at camp, lots of fighting reported by Derpy. And then also he just says Aller just had a pass under pressure. All right. Thank you, Derpy. Let's continue to move down the board. Let's go here to Somber. He says, holy shit, Derpy isn't disappearing for once. Let's go here to Steel Loyal. He says JPJ's wallet is too light, needs to add some weight to it to even out his back so it can heal. Oh, there you go. Even up that wallet in the back. So when you sit, I think is what you're saying. RB says this JPJ is as hard as A-Rod, is the fountain of youth. Diesel says time to start hard. Let's go right here. Tyrone. Tyrone says he's not even hurt. LOL. He's waiting on a deal. He's been working on the side with Ramsey every single day. Somber says the fight between Queen and Wilson and Skoranek is what Somber is saying.
Right. Queen. I couldn't remember who the other guy was.
That's all I need is I want to see his Queen getting himself into some bullshit. I want to see him getting into some tackles is what I want to see. If he hits somebody that he doesn't listen, if he's hitting people now and he's not hitting people in the regular season, I don't know what I'm going to do. Patrick Queen apparently involved in this fighting here. Let's go to Steel Loyal. He says, I'd pay to see that. Just Learning says this. Did JPJ F everyone's mom or something? Is that what's going on? Can't figure out the not the hate, but again, I guess people would say hate these days. So the hate of JPJ. We'll go that route. Let's go to Diesel. He says, I don't have that kind of money. Again, Jamie throwing up some of them TJs. Like it. It looks great, brother. Keep them coming. Somber says Jalen Warren running back one. By the way, cough, cough. Let's go right here to Cody. Cody says still waiting on Finch's teeth. We should just have Finch's teeth do a report one day, Mike. It would just be his teeth.
This is his teeth. The thumbnails, the teeth. All of our pictures are just his teeth.
Yes. Like, you know how sometimes they do, like they put like on one of the old talk shows, they have somebody's face, but their mouth would move.
Yeah.
This wouldn't be the face. It would just be his mouth moving the whole time. Let's go right here to Ty. He says, if JPJ agrees to this deal, he would be out there. Let's go to Tortilla. He says, yeah, the timing of that was perfect. Jalen Warren is crashing out. Jalen Warren is immediately named running back 1 an hour later. Still a lot to get into, guys. Let's go right here. RB says, go back to your job clock and stand over in the corner and see how long it takes you to get a raise. All right, let's go to Squeege. Squeege says, thank you, guys, so much for the channel support. Truly appreciate it, and I do truly love it. I'm not just saying it, Squeege. I thoroughly enjoy what it is you do. The commentary, the coach commentary, it is classic. Again, I would recommend, if you love football, go check out Squeege right here on YouTube. My man right here, the man, the myth, the mustache in the house, Mark Malone. He says, Derpy injured at camp. Nobody opened the car door for him. Right now, I'm getting a report, Derpy, saying either Rodgers is off or the defense is solid, having a solid outing today. Apparently, Aaron's not looking fantastic at the moment, is what Derpy is reporting from camp. Let's continue to go down to Squeege. It's awesome being part of a community that supports. Absolutely, man. It's a lot of fun. And again, I enjoy your work. I do. I sit here with my headphones on, and I enjoy it. I thoroughly enjoy it. Again, a lot of work put into
shit, brother.
And again, the cliffhanger as well. If you didn't catch the last one of Squeege's his content, the cliffhanger on the very last one, I think you might like it, Steeler fans. I'm just saying. I'm going to leave it right there. Go check Squeege out today. Let's go here to Tyrone. Tyrone says, so what deal he agreed to then? RB says, just what I heard. Heard he's up Tomlin's ass, and it's not making many people happy. Players, staff, front office. Followed that by saying the contract he signed for money in years. Okay. Okay. I'm starting to see where you're coming from here. I'm getting what you're saying. Somber says this. He says another deep shot to Roman from Rodgers, but Brisker, who was beat, got enough on the ball to disrupt the pass. Incomplete. A few plays later, Sawyer would have had a nice sack off the edge, but Rudolph gets it off, completing the pass to Washington for a short gain. Teams go to a short break. Tortilla says, did Bob Nutting tell you that? We don't say that name around here. But anyway, let's continue forward.
Nothing.
Let's go to Just Learning. Mike, he says this, one of the gays going to take Derpy home. I mean, maybe Willie. Perhaps
Could be.
Of course, let's go to Steel Loyal. He says, RB, where are you hearing this from? Tortillas from Ryan Clark. Let's go here back down to Somber. Somber says this, Black with nice stuff. I do get some reports on Black today. We're going to talk about him.
Yep.
Nice stuff on Rico Dowdle for no gain. Next play, Rodgers finds Muth across the middle, then Pittman for a nice quick out. Rudolph in and hits Smith on a slant, who gets tackled on the ground. Wait a minute.
Uh-oh. Someone's getting cut.
There's trouble. There's trouble in Steelers camp. Somebody just got tackled. Somber says this. There's been a lot on that today. Defenders just going off of instincts. And again, you know, we say these guys are pros. Their minds are a certain way. As you train somebody to do something, it's hard to change that sometimes. But again, I don't know the full extent of everything going on down there on the ground. Derpy is down on the ground today. Again, Mike keeping us up with all the latest going on. I'm seeing Derpy popping in and out on the screen as we do move along. Let's go right here to Squeege. Being a new content creator, I get very little engagement on my videos, so your guys' support is, you know what, that's no problem at all, because I love it. I love what you're doing, Squeege. Again, the cliffhanger got me on the edge of my seat. I'll just put it to you like that. The cliffhanger at the last show you did, last video you did, has me on the edge of my seat. Go check Squeege out. You're going to like it. Again, you might not like Akron or care about them if you're a Steelers fan, but I'm just saying, the cliffhanger is a fun one. I think you might like it, Steeler fans. Go check Squeege out. Let's continue right here to Steel Loyal. He said this. He said, you made up some BS about Jalen Warren yesterday, and it wasn't true. I think this is directed at RB. Says, now you're saying some shit none of us have heard again. You just dream about this shit. To RB. RB says this, my old college roommate is in the legal department with the Bucks. He works closely with the guy in the Steelers legal department with NFLPA issues within organizations. Okay. Derpy's dealing with some kind of audio issues. We are moving along. Right here, I do see Jen. Jen in the house. Mike, say hey to Jen.
Hey, Jen.
Always great seeing Jen. She is an OG, of course. Welcome back to the show, Jen. Lots going on today. Lots going on. Derpy down on the ground at training camp. We have 3 injuries as of this morning. IMAX going down with the shoulder, being helped off the field by a trainer this morning. Rico Dowdle, apparently some lower leg cramps, off the field as well. And Brandon Eccles, another injury, Mike. So, again, keeping an eye on these 3 injuries throughout the course of the show. Today is a 2.5-hour practice by the Steelers as they are back in front of the public today. So let's go right here. Somber says, I know a guy who knows a guy. Let's go here to Steel Loyal. He says, well, your college roommate is feeding you bad info. You said Jalen Warren was not going to get traded. Then an hour later, he got listed as was going to get traded. Was going to get traded. Then an hour later, he got listed as the number 1 running back. Again, we're going to look at that today. We're going to look at the preseason depth chart that came out just yesterday. We're going to take a look at that. Let's go here to Tortilla. Yeah, I know a guy who works for the Sacramento Kings, and he gives me intel on the 49ers' next injured player before they get hurt. It's chippy today, Mike. Is that the theme? The practice is bleeding over perhaps in the Steeler Nation?
Either way, chippiness abound, and I'm here for it, brother. Absolutely.
I might have to pull the boxing bell up, Mike, every time we get somebody going at it today. We're just going to have to get that bell ringing. Let's go to RB. He says this, Mike. He says, okay, I made something up because you said it's made up. I was told by someone when he refuses to let go of the Tomlin way of things and is upsetting people if he's made to be expendable. Following it up by saying he's doing himself no favors right now. But I do also want to say this. Speaking of Coach T, guys, Coach T will be making his official television broadcasting debut tonight as a studio analyst for NBC as the Hall of Fame game is played out between Kenny Pickett and the Panthers and Carson Beck and the Arizona Cardinals. No Steelers tonight, Mike, but there's just interest here on the show, of course.
Yeah.
Some of these names, we'll be watching that, but I do want to say that Mike Tomlin will be making his official TV broadcasting debut as a studio analyst for NBC tonight, Mike.
Interested to see how he does, in the new gig. I think he'll do well in that, and I'm just happy to see some football.
I am too. I'm so excited, guys. Again, Hall of Fame game tonight in Canton, Ohio, between the Arizona Cardinals, Carolina Panthers. That is going down tonight. Mike T will be there doing some work, his first day on the job. Let's get back to the board. A lot of stuff to get into today, guys. It's been hitting though ever since we came on. So we're going to continue to talk about the freshest stuff, freshest news, Mike.
Oh, Roman Wilson drop at Aller or from Derby. Aller hard pass or had a drop pass through Roman Wilson's hand. It was on the money. Trade Roman Wilson.
Little Roman, getting some reports there from Derby. Let's continue right here to Yinzer Joe. He says this: too much money in your wallet is actually bad on your back, especially when he'll be sitting on the bench. Oh, Asante Samuel takes his job. Let's go here to Somber. Definitely the chippiest day of camp so far. Didn't see what happened because it was behind the play, but Lou Nichols and Deshaun Jameson were scrapping, and it had to be separated. I didn't. I got to be honest, Mike. I thought, okay, we're a week away from Green Bay. We have Hall of Fame to talk about, the Hall of Fame game. This is going to be topics of conversation today. That is not the case. It has been very chippy at practice and a few big names being affected by injuries so far. So, again, keeping an eye on all that through the long 2.5-hour practice today. Mike Sick Jones says this: see if Derpy will grab me TJ's chalk strap. That sounds like something right up Derpy's alley. We'll see.
You might have to get it up a Derpy's face.
Yeah, exactly. You have to peel it off of Derpy's face. Let's go to Tortilla. The goalpost just keeps moving. Let's go here to Somber. Aaron Rodgers to wide open DK Metcalf on a dig for about 20 yards. Tater, great, even nice seeing Tater today. Tater, how you doing, sir? Bang, bang, Niners gang. I just want to know what happens when the Niners stink. What are you going to do then? Is this going to take 31 years for you to come around to being a Steelers fan, Derby? You're already here. Or I'm sorry, Tater, you're already here. You might as well just grab your terrible towel and be happy. That's all, brother. Also, I do want to say this, Mike, if you had seen this or not, Aaron Donald worked out for the LA Rams yesterday. Aaron Donald was at practice working out with the Rams yesterday. Again, they had a big addition just recently, Myles Garrett. Mike, Aaron Donald comes back. Is this going to make the Rams even more of a Super Bowl favorite?
If he comes back and he can play meaningful snaps and not just like mascot snaps. Yeah, it's gonna make that D line even better. It's gonna
ferocious.
Be like him and Myles Garrett. My God, you can line those two side by side, and you're kind of cooked on that side. I just want to see like what kind of football shape Aaron Donald would be in, because I saw that report, did some digging into it. He did go out. I don't know if it was that day or sometime during camp. He went out there and tried to work, and he wanted to get some work in, so they had to report it just to see how his body would respond. But I also saw like Sean McVay said, yeah, he looks like he could make the roster if he wanted to. So it's interesting what's going on out there. And if he does come back and, like I said, can get meaningful snaps and impactful snaps, that defensive front just gets better. They are like heavy Super Bowl favorites, even without him.
Does this send Tater screaming out of the NFC West, Mike, playing again, of course, against the Seattle Seahawks twice, who just won a Super Bowl? And again, the Rams, again, you add somebody like this to your team, even if he's been out a season or two, I still think it's better than a lot of players in the league.
Oh, yeah.
So again, Derpy, good deal. He said he'll probably pop in here shortly. He's working on some things on his end. So again, that also some news today. Let's continue down here. Let's go to RB. Everyone's so focused on the pre-season depth chart like it's the gospel. We're just going to cover it on the show. I mean, again, it's just Steeler news. It's things we're going to talk about, but a lot of people are certainly talking about it for sure. Somber says, gangbang, Niners gays. Let's go to Squeege. He says this, I honestly think it's just the defense. We are going to have a top 5 defense in the NFL this year, and I hope you're right, man, because if we do, it's going to be good. I know somebody who isn't rooting for it. ESPN. I know that they're not rooting for us right now, but I'm going to get to that here in a couple minutes. ESPN not quite happy with the Steelers and are actually rooting that they don't go to the Super Bowl. Let's move forward. Let's go here to Tortilla. He says the gospel didn't say anything about trading JPJ. Again, Steel Loyal. Steel Loyal says Jaylen Warren has an attitude problem. He's going to get traded. Hour later, listed RB1, running back 1 on the list, of course, that we're going to talk about here shortly. Thou shall not trade JPJ is what Tortilla is reading. Also, Squeech says this. It's actually wild how much talent we have on this team. It really is. It really is, just because of the lack of conversation about the Steelers in the national media, I think is also interesting. So again, some just interesting stuff coming to Crossroads we're going to get to today. Let's go back to RB, though. He says, Squeege, I agree. Muth was talking about going against the defense and being thrown off by seeing disguises and different looks than they're used to. Holy shit, changing things works. We'll take it. We will certainly take it. Let's continue down here to Kevin. Kevin says, University of Akron is in the MAC. Yes, absolutely. I say I never heard of her, but unfortunately, I know who she is.
Action, baby.
I know who she is. RB says this. Thank you, though, Kev. Also, RB says this. And again, people were unhappy with him and his refusal to let go of Tomlin, which is an attitude problem. If someone steps up, he may become expendable. The staff has no ties to him. I also do want to mention, guys, we did also sign somebody, another former Dallas Cowboy, if you can believe it. This isn't even funny anymore. How's come everybody we signed was either a Packer or a Cowboy? I mean, I know why, but I don't know if I like it. The Steelers, Mike, they did sign. Let me find who they signed. Israel Makamo. He was a Dallas Cowboy. He's a safety. The Steelers signed him, and while doing that, they waived cornerback Amari Harvey. So Harvey is no longer with the team on the practice field right now. But Mr. Israel, again, I apologize if I'm chopping up the name, Mike, Mukamu, perhaps, former Cowboys safety, signed by the Steelers or signing with the Steelers. That is also some new news going on today. Never
even heard of the guy.
This is what I'm saying.
He looks like he's a big motherfucker.
He's a veteran. He's versatile. He could hit, I guess, is the reports I'm getting. So this was, again, some of the new news today. As we did come on, I do want to go to Sosh. He says, guys, I just came back from work. Why is Max down? Someone stop this.
Sosh, it's okay. Sosh, it's okay, brother. Vanilla Thunder's here. I got you, fam. Got you, boo-boo.
And it wasn't even on a tackle, so imagine that.
If Sush didn't hear my report earlier, it's like from what I saw, it was just like one trainer walking off with them. So I don't think it's anything serious. If it was, I think there would have been more of a hustle to get him back up into the facilities.
I'm obviously playing with my emojis, Mike. If you'd like to continue, go
ahead. I was wondering what you were doing over there, brother. But no, it just looks like Max will be fine. You know, he had a couple looks at him. A couple trainers looked at him, but by the end, he was walking off with just one trainer, not any of the head doctors. So it's looking like it might just be a little boo-boo.
Again, Steelers not in public yesterday. They did have a mock game walkthrough practice. Today is going to be a 2.5-hour harder practice, as described by Mike McCarthy. And at some point, you got to start playing harder. And I hope this isn't what we're going to continue to see, is injuries as we continue to do so.
Right.
You know
what, your brother, it might, he should have just stuck with the little panty waist practices everyone thought we were going to have. Everyone's getting through healthy. I did see a report that one of our safeties, I forget who it was, but did lay a nice lick on DK Metcalf.
Okay.
Is that out of force of habit? But it didn't seem like it caused any consternation amongst the offense. Everyone just popped up and went about business.
DK Metcalf, paraphrasing what PMS said yesterday, what the hell is that thing? Did you hear, of course, Pat talking about the visual of seeing DK Metcalf in person? The only thing that he could say is, what the hell is that thing? I could just imagine seeing him up close would be very intimidating.
Dude, I see like videos of him like working out, doing some of the track and field stuff that he used to do. Dude is built like a goddamn Greek statue.
I love him. I never thought in my life we would have DK Metcalf on our
I loved him when he came out in the draft. I remember one of the local bottom feeders of the media who thinks he's big time was saying, all he does is run down the field really fast. Okay, cool. Every team needs that guy. And then guess what? You get him and you develop him into a route runner. And guess what happened? DK Metcalf developed into a route runner and was like, a Pro Bowler, and I think at least one All-Pro. Yeah, sometimes you get those freak athletes.
Perhaps he's looking for guys that are built like Derpy. I don't know. Maybe
you never know. Hey, different strokes for different folks.
That's right. Let's go right back here to Steel Loyal. No one is unhappy with Warren. I know that I'm sure not. Again, we're keeping our eye and following up on that report from yesterday, but I'm happy with Jalen. Let's go here to Sash. He says, wow, Mike, you look fabulous, my queen. Mike?
Thank you, Sash.
I gotta say, your hair is looking nice. Look at you, huh?
It's conditioned, it's feathered, it's flowing. We're ready to go. We're rocking out the Bon Jovi after this.
All right, let's go here to Somber. I warned you about Dowdle's soft tissue, lower body injury stuff. I think I do recall you saying that, and here we are. Steel Loyal says if they wouldn't have listed him as running back one. Continue down on the terrible board here, guys. Again, welcome to the show. If you're just tuning in, episode 1009. Right here today, Steelers back at it for their 7th public practice at training camp at St. Vincent College in Latrobe. Lots going on. Not only chippy, as it is on a terrible board, it is also, Mike, an injury-filled practice this morning as the Steelers coming back from their walkthrough yesterday. Not in front of the public. They did have a mock game walkthrough. Today was promised to be longer and harder. No. Harder and... no. You know what it's supposed to be, and this is exactly what we're getting, Mike. Injuries, fights, and, of course...
when you're not used to the longer and the harder,
it hurts a little bit.
It hurts a little, brother.
Let's continue forward here.
I was seeing how we were going to get out of that segment.
I was willing to let it go and never talk about it again. Let's go to Tyrone.
Sex tape.
Tyrone says this. You called that like a month ago. I do recall that. I do recall hearing that. Tater says Diggs to Washington. That is interesting. It is. Tater, of course, with the scoop there. Diggs to Washington. Stephon Diggs taking the place now of Mr. Deebo Samuel.
For me, that's an upgrade down there in Washington.
I agree.
Breaking news.
Yes, come on. Aaron Jade in the house, baby. There it is. There's the flag that we represent. That represents us here on the show. Again, I do want to say, Aaron, thank you for that. Always great scene. And I do also want to say that Tyrone has been doing a great job of picking up the flag on days that you haven't been here and moving forward. If you would think of like the Civil War days when somebody carrying the flag gets shot, the next guy comes and picks it up. And Tyrone has been doing a very great job, actually, doing that for you, sir. And again, we appreciate both of you. Here we go, Steelers with the rocket. You know I love that. Let's go to Tortilla. I heard Rooney is unhappy with Logan Lee, and he also got injured. Like yesterday, I spoke a little bit about his injury.
Yeah.
Let's go here to Diesel says, just seen they have JPJ outside the top 25 for real. Let's go here. Let's go to Ty. Ty says, this RB, just stop, bro. He knows Tomlin is not the coach. He literally spoke about it on the podcast. Let's go here to RB. RB says this again. I never said he was gonna get traded. I said he's not making any fans with the new squad, and if he becomes expendable with the team, has more invested in other behind him. I mean, I can see that, but again, I haven't heard it. Again, we're trying to confirm, but again, that makes sense. I mean, he's not saying that he's being traded, but again, still we're following and trying to figure it all out ourselves here. Steel Loyal says, yeah, we simply just don't believe you, RB. And that's not the case for me. Again, I have to see what he's talking about. And as he said in the last message, I mean, kind of what Yinzers are saying is kind of conflicting just a little bit. But again, I'm not jumping on either side of this. Yinzers guys can continue to duke it out all you want. Let's go right back, though, to RB, Mike, where he says this. Warren isn't some kind of league-wide superstar. He doesn't hold the value around the league as many here thinks that he does. Let me go down here to Sosh, Mike Sosh from Switzerland. He says this, Tyrone, JPJ not getting paid. Apparently they're not even talking right now with his agent. Also Sosh saying that they are far apart, which I've heard this report as well, that's not getting any closer, but I don't think that means that it's not getting any further either. I just think that it is what it is right now, unfortunately. Let's go here to RB. I'm sorry, Tortilla, Mike. Tortilla says, RB, we get it, man. We just don't believe you. Slide me like $20 and I'll believe you. Of course,
money cures all.
Money cures a lot. And of course, there is Carson Beck. If you do see Tortilla's comments on the terrible board, you will see him tonight in the Hall of Fame game as Carson Beck will be taking him and his Cardinals will be taking on Kenny Pickett in the Carolina Panthers tonight. And of course, Mike Tomlin will be having his debut, making his official TV broadcasting debut as a studio analyst for NBC tonight. Damn Somber didn't know Dowdle had soft tissue issues. Somber on the terrible board says this, Steelers offense is sloppy today, called for an offensive offsides and 2-minute drills, lots of miscommunications, still a unit working out its kinks. And again, Mike, did we get too excited? Did we get too optimistic as Steeler fans going through the first week of training camp, just getting nothing but good word? Again, this is the first 10 days of camp. Should we be surprised by some of these words that we're getting back? Everything just isn't perfect. And I tend to think that we're probably closer to being on course right now than we were last week in camp, because everything was good news. Everything was good news. Everything was good news. Right now you're getting to the ins, the outs, the lows, the highs, all these kind of things. So I think we're a little closer to reality this week, which we're going to improve on, than we were last week when we were all ready to buy our Super Bowl tickets.
I find it encouraging. This is what happens. You have ups and downs.
Absolutely.
I think good with the bad, man. Like the facts of life. If everything was going swimmingly the entire camp, and you go in the words like, "Oh my God, this is so great," and we come out and lay an egg, and like, "Oh my God, we were fooled, we were bamboozled, the entire team looks bad." This is showing, like offenses having bad days, defense are having good days. Defense might, have a bad day. The offense has good days. Like, it's all part of the learning and growing experience. The offense is learning new systems. The defense is learning new systems. They're rotating guys in and out in different positions or in different, sets out there in different, first, second teams, mixing that all up to see what can happen and who's performing well and who's not. So it's the growing pains of camp. I want to see them, have some ups and downs early, and then towards the end of camp, hit that rise to ramp up to camp. Things get sharper and crisper as you go on. So I'm not worried about it. For me, it's the ebbs and flows of training. It's like any other thing that you're learning. You have good days, you have bad days, and you just hope by the time you're ready to implement everything, you're hitting the ground running. So work out the kinks now.
Wait. You have good days? Where the hell did this come from? I never said that you have good days. I don't have good days.
Well, I wasn't talking about me per se. I was talking about the general population.
Gotcha.
This might be a little off topic, but I was just watching some videos and I forgot Greg Olson, the former Bears tight end, and he coaches his son high school's football team, and they were messing up in practice, and he was telling the guys, "Hey, this is the time to mess up. Absolutely. I'd rather you mess up here, so by the time we get to our game, you are not messing up. Don't be afraid to fail now to succeed later. And if the guys are making mistakes now, I'd rather have that because that's teachable moments. Those are coaching moments. When you're doing everything perfect or trying to do everything perfect, trying not to fail, you're not trying to grow. So if these guys are messing up because they're doing what the coaches want them to do, going outside of their comfort zone to expand a skill, I want that. I want my guys to fail so they're going to get better.
Exactly my argument on why guys need to play in the preseason. Exactly my reason on why guys should be participating in camp. Again, I don't care if you've been playing in the league 30 years. Again, you're 43 years old. You probably need to keep your skill sharp. I'm just saying. But, Mike, your argument is finally bleeding over into my argument. I love it. Let's move forward. Let's continue right here on the board where Steel Loyal says this. Caleb Johnson is going to break out, Mike. This is something that I have written down about Caleb Johnson. Mike, Caleb Johnson is super locked in at camp is the word I'm reading. Teammates noticing he's already grown a lot. Of course, talking about Caleb Johnson, the rookie last year, who unfortunately missed a lot of playing time. We assume because of an early season mistake. But again, Mike, locked in. Teammates already sees that he grows a lot. So that makes the running back room a little bit more interesting as we are going to get into the depth chart here in just a moment. I do want to make one more point about that depth chart. People are kind of using it in their corner here as an argument. Right here, Coach Max says this: do not put a lot of value in the initial depth chart. So again, I don't know if you're going to want to use that try to keep that as a solid argument, because at the end of the day, they had to put something out because the league starts today. The NFL has a Hall of Fame game tonight, and I cannot wait to watch NFL football. And I don't care. I don't even care that it's the Cardinals and the Panthers, Mike. But you know what? Kenny Pickett and Carson Beck, they sweeten the deal.
We get to see Tortilla Jackson out there slinging the pigskin, so sign me up. I am under the impression that Tortilla Jackson was playing the long game when he first started coming to this channel, that this is actually Carson Beck.
Right.
I'm living my truth.
My big question is this, Mike: is Noah Hiles still bored? Is he still bored with this team in training camp? Like, we're 7 public practices in, and just prior to camp, he says this is going to be so boring. This team is boring. Covering this is going to be boring. Does Noah Hiles, is he still have that opinion?
Brother, we only have 3 injuries, whereas the San Francisco 49ers have 37 injuries and counting.
So perhaps this is boring.
So this is boring. We need a super substation built next to St. Vincent College to pump those numbers up so now Noah Hiles can wake up from his nappy poo.
Him and the fat man taking naps up there during these exciting practices at St. Vincent College in Latrobe, right here in Western Pennsylvania, guys. If you are heading out, they'll be back at it tomorrow. Again, the parking lot opens up at 8:15. The gates open up at 8:30, 11:20 roughly to be the start of the practice. And don't forget to register before you do head over, because you do need to do that. Go to Steelers.com or Ticketmaster.com to register today. Lots to get into, Mike. I'm going to jump back on the board here, see what's going on with the with Steeler Nation, Mike, as they are vocal today. Lots being said on the terrible board. I do want to say I want to welcome Lindsay. I see her down the road here. Welcome to the show, Lindsay. Always great having you. Let's go right here, Mike, to Mark Malone, the man, the myth, the mustache. Right there he is. He says, Sash, they're not going to sign him. Should have traded him before camp. Somber says, mostly lower extremity stuff, Jamie. Jamie says, damn. Steel Loyal says he's going to switch to the Seahawks. Whoever wins that division, perhaps, Steel, is who Tater is going to.
Yeah, that's who Tater should have went with. He had the perfect opportunity to jump on a championship bandwagon, but being the typical Browns fan, he failed miserably. He chose poorly.
I do want to say welcome to Steven Stroud as well. Welcome back to the show, sir. Great to see you. Great to have you here on the Terrible Board. And Tater, Mike, he is now saying hi to Lindsay. Lindsay is saying hi to Tater. So the two that I thought would be at each other's throats today are not. Everybody else kind of chippy, just like the Steelers camp.
Yeah, things are getting comfy on that couch, brother.
Let's go here to Tyrone, Mike. He says, yeah, Dean has injury issues too. And guys, Mike, a lot of people that we were bringing over, these former Dallas players, these former Green Bay players, a lot of things you hear was, oh, okay, well, this guy had some injury issues. Jamel Dean being one of them, not from those two teams, mind you. But this is something that we heard as we started bringing in players throughout the process was this guy has injury issues. This guy has injury issues. So, again, we'll certainly keep an eye on everything. Moving forward, 3 big names involved this morning in injuries. We're going to hope that they are not serious. IMAX, again, our number one pick, the Steelers, goes down with a shoulder helped off the field by the trainers. Rico Dowdle, it looks like it only seems to be a cramp with his lower leg. Of course, the newly acquired running back. And then again, Brandon Eccles, Mike, also an injury today. We're hoping none of these are too serious.
Well, hopefully nothing serious. Hopefully just typical bumps and bruises that happen.
Let's go back to Squeege. Squeege TV says this, Mike. He says, I wouldn't look too far into the offensive struggles Pittsburgh has in S-tier defense. And remember, a few years back, we were excited that Kenny Pickett had a perfect preseason, essentially, and he sure did. He looked damn good in that preseason, and he still managed to win a lot of games. He didn't live up to the hype that Steeler fans want, but again, didn't have the worst start to a career. Let's go here to Tortilla. Tortilla says, Tater waits. He can root for one of the Euro teams in a few years after the expansion. Let's continue. And I do want to say welcome to everybody. Welcome in. Come on in. Lots going on the board today. Lots going on at Steeler camp. So much to talk about today. I kind of thought it would be uneventful. Hall of Fame game was going to be the big conversation. Back to practice. A week away from Green Bay. But, Mike, that is not the case. It is very, very eventful today at Steelers training camp.
Yeah, I guess we should thank the injury bug.
We should thank the injury bug. One thing that we did say earlier, let's just hope that this injury bug doesn't reach us.
I blame that pipsqueak Mike because yesterday he was on here. I heard him making fun of you about the devastating injuries. And he said, oh, man, we've been getting through practices. No one hurt. I blame that fuck.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, that cricket eating.
I was just going to say, it's got to be the crickets. Let's go down. Let's go right here to Sauce says this, no need to panic, no serious injury so far. Knock on wood, I just hope Max is all right. The rest of the reports sound like nothing. And that's one thing that is very fortunate, guys. Nothing we're hearing so far has been serious. Again, as a new scoop comes out, Mike is on it. Also, Derpy live on the scene. He'll be popping back in with us here shortly, keeping us up with what's going on down at Ground Zero, guys, at Steeler training camp. Let's get back to Steel Loyal. He says, yes, just a shoulder tweak. Just a shoulder tweak to Sosh. Right here, Sosh says, I thought it was a neck injury, which had me worried. Again, these tackle injuries, Mike, it's getting real close to having to give Broderick Jones that chance. But we will see. Let's hope that's not the case. Let's go back to Jamie. He says, no serious injuries, please. Steel Loyal says, nope, shoulder. Also, Sosh says this. He says, just got back from work, so I didn't read much. Somber says the Drew Aller 2-minute drill stalls out on the first set of downs. A procedural penalty backed them up, and a fine throw on 4th down clanged off the hands of Caden Weegan to end the drive. So there you go. Up to the moment, play-by-play. Somber sending in also on the board. Mike Tater saying Rams-Niners week 1 in Melbourne.
You going, Tater.
Ain't that in Australia?
Yeah, maybe he's going. A land of criminals, Tater would fit right in.
Ain't that where they send all the English and Irish criminals anyway, down there to Australia? They like them to be upside down, I think, is why they do that. Mm-hmm. Let's go right here. Let's go to Steel Loyal. Steel Loyal says this, guys. He says, Rams going to put BTA. Sasha's apparently Rudolph had a day at Somber. I do know that Mike McCarthy did say this about Rudolph, Mike. He says he's happy. He's happy with Rudolph, and he says he's better than I thought.
Who would have thought, people downplaying the Magnum?
And the
he's out there slinging that pigskin.
say what you want. He's a million-year veteran. I mean, granted, it's a backup. The guy played in the league. He should be better than you thought if you think about it.
Yeah, he's a capable backup. He's a backup's backup. You know, he's like, you picture a backup quarterback, you picture Mason Rudolph. He's going to come in, and my only gripe about Mason sometimes is he'll take too many chances that a backup shouldn't. Like in that Bears game last year, he was taking chances that he shouldn't, and it kind of put us behind. But before in the past, that kind of worked out for him with the year or two previous to that when he came in and dragged us to a playoffs. Those 3 games he was playing with, with house money.
Mike, I hate those 3 games more than anything in my life. I truly, honestly do.
Yeah, I know. But like, he was playing those games.
Yeah.
Like he thought he was the starter, slinging the ball all around, and he carried that. Kind of seems like he carried that over into last year when he probably should have taken the more of a backup veteran type presence of just take what the defense is giving me and move on about my day. And I'm hoping he learned from it. And in camp, he's looking good. You're hearing nothing but good things out of Mason Rudolph of doing what you want out of your backup quarterback. And coaches like guys like that are just going to run their system the way they want to and be the eyes and ears for the starting quarterback and be that bridge between the starting quarterback and the young guys. And he's helping out in all those areas. He's finding a way to get himself on this roster.
All right. I wouldn't be surprised, and I said it from day one that they keep them all, but that's just my opinion. Let's go move forward right here. Sasha's are a couple nice throws. So Rudy, yes, he is impressing the head coach. And as a backup quarterback, that's all apparently you have to do. Mike, you just have to make sure the head coach is happy with you, as you just said. So let's go here to Diesel. He says, F the ESPN retards. It's us against the world now, guys. As I said, we all complain that they don't ever talk good about our Steelers. I hope you're used to it. That's all I got to say. Again, I don't care what happened the other day with the conversation. I'm just saying I don't know if it was in the best interest of our business, again, at the end of the day. So, again, ESPN, they hate us. They don't want the Steelers in the Super Bowl. No secrets are being held on this topic. Again, I don't care, again, because they never did. But I'm just throwing it out there for the people that, we talked yesterday a little bit that didn't quite mind. Again, I didn't mind what was being said. I just thought the way that he went about doing it in that platform wasn't good for business. That's all I'm saying. But again, it's us against the world, guys. So I hope we're all used to it. We're not going to get any favors by the way of the big media anyway this year. Let's continue to go right here to Tyrone. Yeah, I'm not worried about JPJ. He will get his bag. Tyrone, and I ultimately agree with you at the end of the day. I think he's going to get paid. I just don't know how it's all going to play out. As a matter of fact, I think it's going to be done by the start of the season. Call me crazy. Let's go down right here. Let's go to Somber. Somber says this. I know McCarthy was gassing him with pretty practice, Sosh. I didn't see too many highlight updates from Mason is what Somber's reporting. Also right here, Tortilla Jackson says, I'm going to ask my insider at NBC to see if Jalen Warren wants a job next to Coach T. Of course, a little jab back I see at RB. Pre-practice, Somber says, LOL. Let's continue forward. Again, right here, Tyrone says, yeah, ask if JPJ having an attitude too, even though he's been at everything and on the side. And again, there's nothing that JPJ, Mike, until this point has done that I didn't like. The guy's always been a stand-up person. He hasn't caused any trouble. He's not on the internet TikToking pictures of him dancing. He improved his tackling. He improved his he took the penalty numbers down. And finally, at the end of the day, Mike, he was doing all the things we needed him to do. People's complaints obviously was the interceptions, but a guy never lets up a single touchdown in 3 seasons in the NFL. For me, that's enough. For some people, not so much. But at the end of the day, I don't think there's much to dislike about the guy. And he's a Pittsburgh guy. How can you not like that? You're Mike.
Sorry. I had a sexy little kitten whispering in my ear over here.
I'm gonna have to get you. I want to get you one of these neon lights right in front of you that just says Mike. Mike.
I'll just stare at it.
MIKEMIC. I'm just gonna have that right in front of you.
I'll just stare at it, brother. It'd be like vanity, just. But no, like JPJ is. We've talked about it ad nauseum on the show, brother. I got nothing more to add to the JPJ praise.
All right, let's go right
down number 1, baby.
Mark Malone, he says Magnum jizzing on his naysayers once again. What did I do?
A lot of jizz talk on this show, fellas. Just throwing that out there.
And I do want to mention something I did mention earlier, Mike. We talked about Caleb Johnson, and that is another one of Mark's favorites. The wording on this didn't catch his attention, surprisingly. At least I don't see it yet. Caleb Johnson is super locked in. Teammates noticing he's grown a lot, which apparently for the other gentleman maybe it would have fit a little bit better. But
hey, who doesn't love a growing Johnson?
The big Johnson is where, of course, Mark Malone always goes with that.
What I've been hearing is the Johnson has been getting to the hole quicker this year than last year. Hey. Last year he was kind of teasing it. This year he's just kind of thrusting it in.
Hey, perform well. Everybody's going to be eating it up, man. Everybody will be beating it and eating it up. Let's continue on the board right here to Steven Stroud. He says, what happened? IMAX got hurt. He did get helped off the practice field this morning with a shoulder. Apparently not seeming that serious as we know at the moment, Steven. So hopefully that's continues to stay that way.
Hopefully he's not speed running up Roger Jones' career.
Yes.
If he is, I am jumping off the Fort Pit.
Let's go to Somber with another report from camp. He says Aller hit Weegan on a nice crossing route earlier. Last play, he tries it again, but it goes through Weegan's hands. Tries him again, one more time, back-to-back plays, but the pass falls slightly. Short. I'm sorry, that continues, Mike. My bad. Falls slightly short. Aller has flashed today, but still some room for growth for sure. That ends practice. A little quicker. No, that's about right. That's about it.
Yeah, it was about that time frame. Yeah.
Hey, go ahead, Mike. Your thoughts on Somber?
Get Weegan out of there. Get my boy Drew Aller some real goddamn receivers. But Aller, there's one thing about wanting to show your guy confidence and then hubris. You missed him. He clanged once. He clanged twice. Why are you trying to go back a third time, brother? Find another receiver to throw to.
Mike, I do want to say this just to play devil's advocate, because you generally do that to me. So I'm going to do it to you, Mike. The other day, ending practice, the last padded practice 2 days ago, they were showing the quarterbacks hit a net. It is roughly 6 feet wide by 6 feet high, and has holes in it. You've seen these. The quarterbacks throw it through the holes. Will throws it through a hole. Aaron throws it through a hole. Mason Rudolph hits the net. Drew Aller misses the whole entire net. So again, they all need work, Mike. It is still early.
Dude,
missed the whole entire net.
I saw that. I saw that. I'm like, this had to be AI. I kept watching it, and then I saw my dude's footwork. He was trying. He was, to channel my inner Myron Cope brother. He was trying to look like Barishnikov out there, doing some pirouettes. I'm like, what the hell are you doing, brother? Just complete the rep. I understand you want to have fun out there in practice. Complete the rep. You of all people, complete the rep.
I mean, he's the one with the strong arm. He should be hitting this thing. I don't know.
Right, he should be drilling it.
Give me better receivers, Mike. He missed a 6x6. Anyway, again, I had to. Don't hold it against me personally.
Hey, in his defense,
yes,
Caleb Williams, his rookie year missed the net. Now look at him.
All right, there you go.
So we got to get some Drew Aller.
Bears
we got. I'm sorry. We got to get Drew Aller some nail polish.
All right, there you go. Some nail polish. I was
trying to land the joke. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interject. I wasn't pulling derpy.
That was good. I like that.
The thunder comes out. I can't stop talking.
I appreciate that. Let's go right here, Mike. We are an hour, 7 minutes into the show. This report I do want to say here, Mike McCarthy on the injuries. Now, this was prior to this morning. This is what Mike McCarthy said prior to this morning about the injuries thus far for the Steelers. Of course, at the time, Mike, it was, of course, Dante Kent. It was, of course, Jalen Ramsey, JPJ, Burgess, and Logan Lee. Don't worry much about these injuries. Mike, this is what Mike McCarthy says. There is no high concern about any injured Steelers at the time. And today, again, three notable names for sure being injured early.
Can I have some high concern now, Coach?
Yeah.
They're starting to drop like flies.
Yeah.
Now my heart is a racing over here.
Let's go to Tortilla, Mike. He says, yeah, I literally do the clock in and stand in the corner, and I got 3 raises. JPJ is stretching in the corner. Big difference. Maybe you got to start stretching, or maybe he got to stop stretching, perhaps. Right here, Sommer sending the jewels. Happy, always great seeing gifts from Sommer because, Mike, I know that it was always followed up by a super poop. A happy poop comes along, and that makes me happy.
The happy poop makes everyone happy, and Somber dropping the fame of the jewels in the chat.
Dropping the family jewels, baby. We love it. Thank you, Somber, as always, my friend. There it is, Steel Loyal says. Happy Poop is the GOAT, Steel Loyal says Somber. We love Happy Poop, and Happy Poop loves us. Somber, I'm sorry, Yinzer Joe says Israel is 6'4" corner and free safety, 26 years old and pretty fast. Of course, this is who we just brought over in the last 24 hours from, again, the Cowboys. Mike, as the Steelers do bring over Israel Makuumu from the Cowboys, a safety. He is signed, and in turn, because of this, we waive Amari Harvey, the cornerback. These are some transactions that happened within the last 24 hours. Again, safety help has certainly been a focus, Mike, as some safety issues that we've talked about before. Camp,
and now they're the dude looks the part. Like he looks like straight out of Central Casting, and give me a big physical, imposing football player. This guy looks the part. I don't know anything about his game whatsoever to offer any input. I'm willing to give him a shot. Yeah, I trust Colin and Weedle when they find these late camp safeties. Usually one of them hits and plays well for about a half a season. So hopefully this guy might be one of them.
The Derpy logo, Derpy Modi, of course. Let me go right here. Mark Malone says DK had some insanely low body fat percent during the draft. Looked damn near dangerous, and he's no different. What did they say? 2% body fat, something like this. 1%. I don't know what it was.
It was. He was like Bo Jackson type levels.
Yeah,
straight muscle.
Right here, Somber and Tortilla. Ayo! Tortilla. Tyrone says this. Yes, something in the air today with injuries, people talking nonsense. What a day. Always great seeing Ty. Somber says longer and harder. There's Aaron Jade, of course. My man, always great seeing you back on the terrible board. Tortilla says that's not how the Daft Punk song goes, Ryan. I'm not even sure what that means. Let's go to RB. He says Washington getting Diggs probably means Ayuk just ruined his career. I wouldn't be surprised if Ayuk ruins his career, Mike, eventually, some way, somehow, if he already hasn't.
Yeah, at this point, it's go get the help you need, brother, and then move on with your life.
Yeah. Tyrone says, I didn't hear nothing about the Warren or this JPJ crap, LOL. Steve, I'm sorry, man. I apologize, sir. Steve, he had a shoulder injury. He got helped off the field this morning by a trainer, not seeming to be too serious. Do apologize, Steve. Let's go right here. Warren running back 1. Tyrone, we are going to get into the first initial preseason, the preseason depth chart, as they're calling it. The initial preseason depth chart in just a few moments. Corey, always great seeing Corey from Don't Drink That right here on YouTube. Go check him out if you're into conspiracy theories. Loads of different content for different kind of conspiracies right over here on YouTube. Don't Drink That. Corey says, good afternoon, everyone. How's it going? Doing good, brother. Doing okay, I guess. Again, I'm not hurt. I'm doing good. But some injuries this morning at practice. Steel Loyal, none of us did. And we follow every single Steelers insider. Let's go here. Lindsay in the house. Great seeing Lindsay with her Watt emojis. Looking good as always. Somber says this. Steven sounds like a shoulder or neck. We don't know entirely yet. Let's go here to Tortillas. At Stevens, what's wrong with IMAX? You can't sit front row? What? RB says, what JPJ crap that he's sulking on the sidelines while everyone is working. Let's go here. Lindsay. Ayo from Corey. Don't drink that. Tyrone said he's not paid. No practice. Sorry, bud. Let's go here to continue down. RB says, actually he is. Isn't he still paid from the last check? The last contract? Isn't he being the money still cover up until a certain point?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. He's being paid right now. So again, I don't think the argument is 100% out of the question, guys. He's still being paid from the last contract. So in theory, he should be working, according to some people. Again, I'm not taking sides here. Let's move forward to Tortilla. Hayward says, Hayward stayed out and got paid. Hayward stayed out and got paid. Tyrone, he's not, or it would be the breaking news. RB says this, laugh my ass off. Okay, then why is everyone there? Steel Loyal says this, Mike, there's no way you're about to tell us that roommate of yours has inside scoop on JPJ's contract. Let's continue down here to Tyrone. Watt, Minka, Cam does it no problem. JPJ does it. We got well. In all fairness, and listen, I'm not against JPJ, but I was all over Cam. You know that. Especially last year, as he's getting on the plane to play the first preseason game, and he all of a sudden wants to start his shit. But again, point taken. Steven says JPJ is not going to practice, then he will pull a hammy and miss 6 weeks. Let's hope that's not the case. He should be at least stretching over there, I would assume.
Him and J-Ram have been running and working out on the side.
Somber says this. He says, we just have to remember that most of these drills are made to make the offense look good. So take what you hear with a grain of salt, and they're going at about 70 to 80%. Tortilla says they're there to get ice cream. RB says again, who's talking about JPJ's contract? I said I wouldn't be upset if they dealt him at this point. And I did say they weren't going to give him $30 million 5 months ago, and guess what? They have not. Mike, board is moving. Any thoughts as of right now before we continue on?
Hey, give me some JPJ. Like, lock him up. It's like one of the easiest moves you can make. A lockdown, shutdown corner in any era of NFL football has always been a premium position.
Lindsay, I'm right there with you. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mike.
Oh, no. You're good, brother.
I just seen a hot girl and I decided to start talking to her. Lindsay, I agree with you. Very couple messages down. He's making duck lips like she's saying that you're not good looking, but I disagree. I think you're very good looking. And Lindsay says this, Mike, I'm so sick of hearing about this contract. And I got to be honest with you. So am I. What is this look you're doing? Not
it's not duck lips. I don't know what it is. Pursed lips, like I get it, brother. I get it. You don't want to hear the thunder.
No, I do want to hear the thunder.
I know. I'm sorry, brother.
I see a pretty girl. I just can't. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I lost my train of thought. But lockdown corners, we bitched when we don't have them.
Right.
We bitch when we do have them because we got to pay them.
I know. And again,
it's the circle of life of being a Steeler fan.
You're right. Let's go here to Corey. He says we should want it to be that way. If the defense was killing it every day, I'd be worried about our offense and vice versa. It looks evenly matched this way. I like it. Now let us hit another team with that. Steel Loyal says you just said he's been paid. He hasn't. Not for his next contract, he hasn't, but he's still on time that he has been paid for. Keep that in mind. Let's continue forward here. Let's go to RB. RB says, so he's been playing for the last 3 years for free. That's kind of where I'm leaning at what you're saying. Again, I'm not arguing. I'm just understanding what's going on. That's all. I speak out loud sometimes. I think out loud. Let's go here to he's got paid rookie, but he hasn't got extended. RB says he doesn't have a year left on his contract. He's collecting a paycheck from him. Sorry. Steel Loyal says just being a smart ass. RB said his contract isn't expired. Again, the guy's going back and forth here just a little bit.
Here's the thing with like the contract stuff. Like, you can't compare the NFL and your day job. They're two entirely different entities of the way they operate. In the NFL and in most sports, when you're going into your last contract and you have outperformed it on your rookie deal in every sport, you renegotiate that contract and get that extension in before you hit the regular season. So when you have your guy locked in, ready to go, ready to play for the future, and he's there the entire time practicing and playing, that is how the sports world operates. It's different than our 9-to-5 jobs. So in what is happening, and Porter's doing what is customary for players to do in these situations, and the team is doing what is customary for them in these situations.
Is Benton practicing?
Benton is.
Okay, so he's not paid, but he should be doing the same thing. According to what you're saying, he should not be participating.
Has Keanu Benton outperformed his thing where he's a lot of people think like, he's going to
Mike,
be a
there's some people
superstar
are saying
position.
JPJ isn't again what Steeler fans are saying that he is. So again, who decides? Again, go ahead, finish. I
I was
apologize.
just gonna say anyone watching Keanu Benton play and anyone watching JPJ would go like, hey, who deserves the contract right now? Would say it would be JPJ, the guy that is consistently in the past 2 years, consistently locking down teams' number ones, outperformed his contract, a high valued position. You need to get him locked up and ready to go.
All right, we'll see how this plays out, guys. Very controversial, lots of opinions, lots of different angles, guys. I kind of think I know how it's going to play, but I'm going to keep it to myself. I'm going to keep it reserved for the moment. I'm going to continue to read what everyone is saying because, again, lots is being said, guys. Right here, I'm going to go back to Lindsay. She says, "I agree, Ryan. KJ will be better," and by he's kind of just has to be. You know what I'm saying? He has to take advantage of some of his opportunities this year. And again, running right into a guy, no elusiveness, kind of picking up some speed, just the little things you want to see for a successful running back. I would like to see a little bit more displayed by Caleb. But in his defense, Mike, we didn't get many opportunities to see him do that after the big mistake in week 2 last year. So again, I'm reserving my opinion on him as well. I got to see more. And that's why we are here. That's why we are going to be watching next Thursday. Mike, just 1 week from right now, we're going to be getting ready for a Steeler game, believe it or not.
Oh, I can't wait.
Steven says this. He says, Hall of Fame game. That's right, baby. Tonight, the Carolina Panthers and the Arizona Cardinals. It is Kenny Pickett versus Carson Beck. A couple of fan favorites, of course, here on the show. Let me continue again. It's moving pretty good, so I'm going to try to do as best as I can. Thank you guys so much for your participation on the terrible board. As a matter of fact, Mike, I do want to take the opportunity to bring up to talk about the initial preseason depth chart is what it's being called here by the Steelers. Take over for a minute while I do pull it up, would you?
Hey, what do you boys want to talk about here? I'm excited to get into this depth chart here. I got preseason football. I'm loving it, man. I want to see these guys out there 1 week away. This time next week, guys, we will be breaking down Steelers versus Green Bay, what we want to see out of these rookies, what we want to see out of these second-year guys. I can't wait. I'm fired up. I'm ready to go. There's a lot of young guys I'm looking forward to, mainly off the top of my head, Tyrone's favorite receiver, Roman Wilson. I can't wait to get a look at. We're seeing, he's made leaps and bounds improvements. He has a surprise spot on this depth chart. I can't wait to see if he's truly taken a step or he's just looking good in practices where everyone's not going full go. I can't wait to see him. And someone else who's been getting a lot of praise recently, Y.A. Black. I want to see his growth in development too, man, in this game coming up next week. I can't wait. Can't wait for this game to come, Ryan.
All right. I can't wait either, Mike. Again, a lot of answers to the questions that we have, of course, for the Pittsburgh Steelers. We're going to start to we're learning things now.
Yeah.
But this game 1 week from today against Green Bay, it's certainly going to answer more of those questions and how are we going to handle certain things. So I know everybody, Mike, not just chomping at the bit to watch their Steelers play. A lot of these questions should start to be answered for us as we move a little bit closer and closer to the regular season.
Real quick, Ryan, I want to, like you were saying, the board flying today. I want to give a shout out to everyone on the terrible board. I just checked. We have over 415 messages. You guys are coming in hot and every day. This is so much fun, boys.
Absolutely.
Boys and girls.
And you feel it, baby. It's here. It's time. It's time to get ready for the Steelers, and you feel it on the terrible board. Guys, let's get into the initial preseason depth chart. Of course, this is the first depth chart where Mike McCarthy says this. Mike, he says, don't put a whole lot of value in the initial depth chart, but at this moment, this is what we're looking at. Right in front of me, I have the offense looking a little bit like this. On offense, Mike, we have at center. I'm going to do the line first. How's that?
Brother, you start in the trenches. You got
to start in the trenches.
You are Andy Weedle.
I'm Andy Weedle. Right here, let's go here to the first stringers, Mike, on the depth chart for the Steelers. No surprises. Zach Frazier in the middle. Mason McCormick at left guard. And Troy Fatanu, Mike, at left guard. No surprises at any of those positions. Let's go to the right-hand side as we speak. Spencer Anderson, and at the moment, Dylan Cook as number one. on the depth chart, Mike, and that was prior to the injury this morning. Again, Max is still playing to try to earn that spot and looking really good.
Yeah.
But as of right now, Dylan Cook does have that top slot.
Yeah, and Dylan Cook, too, from what I've been reading, has been having a really good camp as well.
Yes, absolutely. Let's look at, Mike, the first-string wide receivers. They are marked down as DK Metcalf is 1. Michael Pittman is 2.
Mm-hmm.
And Roman Wilson is 3. As we speak, they have Roman in the slot position. Quarterback 1, of course, Aaron Rodgers. Running back 1, Jaylen Warren. Fullback 1, Rylan Nowakowski. And I think that's my offense, Mike. That is our offense. Second team. Looks like
tight end.
Tight end. Pat Fryermuth. I'm sorry.
There we go. How brother? I got to stick up for my fellow Penn Staters. Sorry. You pick guys.
We do that. Let's take a look at the second string, Mike. This is what the depth chart looks like as of right now. Ryan McCollum is the second string center. Jennings Dunker is the second string left guard. Broderick Jones is the second string left tackle as we speak. Also, Brock Hoffman coming in at the second team right guard, and IMAX, of course, the second team right tackle. The tight end position, Mike, comes with Darnell Washington, number 2. Wide receivers, number 4. I'm not going to do it like this. Wide receiver behind DK Metcalf, Benny Sco. Michael Pittman behind him. They have Jeremy Bernard. And behind Roman Wilson at the slot receiver position, they have Caden Weegan. Let's look at the backfield, Mike. Second team backfield for the Steelers. Rico Dowdle is the running back. Mason Rudolph is marked at the number 2 quarterback as we speak. Third team,
Magnum, baby.
It's going to be guys you don't recognize, but some names you do, Mike. Third team center, Greg Crippen. Third team right guard, Stephen Jones. Third team right tackle, Doug Nestor. Third team left tackle, Jack Driscoll. I'm sorry. There is no left guards at the number 3 spot at the moment. Also, Robert Tonyan, the former Green Bay Packer, along with Aaron Rodgers, is the third team tight end. Followed by Jahelm Bell, Lake McCree, and J.J. Galbraith, Mike, is the tight ends after. Let me just go to some of these other guys, Mike. Levi Wentz is your fourth string wide receiver. Lorenzo Thompson, 4th-string left tackle. Jacoby Keeney James, we talked about him briefly yesterday. He falls into the 5th tier of players. In running backs, Mike, it looks like this. Behind Rico Dowdle is Caleb Johnson, then Lou Nichols, then Travis Homer, and then Eli. And finally, the quarterback position looks like this, Mike. Aaron Rodgers, Mason Rudolph, Will Howard, and Drew Aller. At the moment, you got to remember, guys, this is the initial Steelers preseason depth chart. Mike, your thoughts on the offense?
Surprised to see Jeremy listed as the outside receiver. I figured he would be on the depth chart on the inside, but it's the first one that came out there, and I think he has more talent outside than inside compared to like Weegan, who would be the next backup. So it kind of makes sense there. Warren over Twaddle, that was a little bit of a surprise, but not too much. He's he's been around the team longer, so probably just that initial one. Like, hey, buddy, tip of the cap to you for your time here. The offensive line, it really doesn't surprise me where guys are on there. It's kind of how it's been all camp. So there's no real surprises on the offensive side. It's how they've been rocking and rolling through. A quick note though, when Mad Max went down, they did not go to Doug Nestor to play with the second team. They just immediately flipped Brojo from left to right. So it's telling me that this coaching staff still is kind of high on Brojo of getting some playing time, getting some action.
Well, I think you're going to try to find anything out you can about the guy right now, because again, moving forward, he's probably not going to be involved. And you know what? Let's take a look, see what we got. I mean, if he is going to bring something and he is going to make this team, we're going to see it now. So I'm okay with what's going on again, as long as IMAX is okay.
Yep. More talent on the O-line, the better.
I agree. It's always better. Let's get to the defense, Mike. I'm just going to go through the starters first, and then I'll go through the second team. So on the defensive end, Mike, no surprise here. Derek Harmon, nose tackle. Y.A. Black, number 1 on the depth chart there at nose. Cameron Hayward, as no surprise, defensive tackle. Linebackers, we know what's going on. TJ Queen, Wilson, and Highsmith. Nothing changed there. Joey Porter Jr. still marked as number 1 cornerback on the defense, Mike. On the depth chart, Jalen Ramsey, also the nickelback number 1, Jamel Dean. The other corner, Deshaun Elliott and Jaquan Brisker, are the first team Steelers at the moment. Again, all this could change. We have preseason a week from now. This is the initial report. But Mike, any surprises on that defense to you? I don't see any surprises at all. As a matter of fact, I like Y.A. Black. I think everything is good with this first string defense, Mike.
Mine would be Y.A. Black. I thought Sebastian Joseph Day, who we signed in free agency, would at least show up on the depth chart as the initial nose tackle. So that one caught me by surprise. I'm not disappointed, not upset. It just like, oh, okay.
Absolutely. Let's go right here to the second team, Mike. Defensive end behind Derek, they have Gabriel Rubio, of course, the rookie. Sebastian Joseph Day, who you just mentioned, directly behind Y.A. Black. Keanu Benton behind Hayward. Nick Herbig behind TJ. Carson Bruner behind Patrick. Cole Holcomb behind Peyton Wilson. And Jack Sawyer behind Alex Highsmith. Also, Mike, right behind Joey Porter Jr., Asante Samuel Jr. on the depth chart. Behind Jalen Ramsey at the nickel, you have Brandon Eccles. The other corner behind Jamel Dean, you have Dalen Everett. And our safeties backups, Mike, are Robert Spears Jennings and Jack Henderson. Any words on the second team on the depth chart?
Robert Spears Jennings and whoever Jack Henderson is, but I don't think Jack Henderson is going to be in that number 2 spot for long. I think you're going to be seeing a Rayshawn Jenkins move up the list here shortly.
And of course, he's coming in at 4 on the 4 string, Mike, but he's only been here a few days.
Been here like he's been at camp as long as Derpy's been at camp.
Exactly. Hopefully he's doing a little better at camp than Derpy is all I'm going to say.
Hey, no one's doing better than Derp Dog.
Let's go right here, Mike. Talk about third strings. Anthony Goodlow. Again, names you're not going to start recognizing perhaps on third string and beyond. Anthony Goodlow coming in third string behind Derek Harmon and Rubio at defensive end. Asezi Automiu behind YA and SJD.
I just like the name. I'm sorry.
Logan Lee behind Cam and Keanu. Jamin Davis behind TJ and Nick. Jacoby Wyndham behind Patrick Queen and Carson Bruner. Over here behind Peyton Wilson and Cole Holcomb, we have Malik Harrison. Behind Alex Highsmith and Jack Sawyer, you have Julius Westhoff. So those are your linebackers, Mike, 1 through 3.
I've heard of 2 of the 4 of those guys.
Exactly. And that seems to be everything for linebackers, everything, Mike. In fourth string, we don't have linebackers. So let me continue. Behind JPJ and Asante, you have Deshaun Jameson. Behind Jalen and Brandon Eccles, you have Dante Kent. Behind Jamel Dean and Everett, you have Slaughter, then Daryl Porter. It's safety behind Deshaun and RSJ, you have Sebastian Castro. And then behind Jaquan Brisker, Jack Henderson, you have Devin Boykin and Rashawn Jennings, which I would not, as Mike said, be surprised to see him work his way up this list pretty quick. And in the fifth string, Mike, only fifth stringer we have on defense is a cornerback by the name of Harvey, who did get cut, so he's no longer he's been released in the last 24 hours. Any thoughts on this defense? And then we'll finish up with the special teams.
Keep an eye on Slaughter. He's been having a pretty good camp from all indications. He's one of the guys I really want to see in these preseason games coming up, because he's been one of those guys like you hear a lot of good things about. I haven't heard anything negative about him. Every time he's been out there, he's held his own against guys. So I want to keep an eye on him coming up. He a fringe guy. I just want to see if he has something.
All right, there you go. Special teams, Mike, to wrap up the initial preseason depth chart for the Pittsburgh Steelers. It was just released yesterday. It looks a little like this. Chris Boswell, no surprise, will be kicking. Cam Johnston will be punting. Chris Kunitz will be the long snapper. Cameron Johnston will be the holder on field goals. Also, we have Caden Weegan. Mike is number 1 right now in punt returns and kick returns. So if you're wondering about Caden Weegan, he's probably going to make this team if you're concerned about that at all, because behind him is Jalen Warren and Rico Dowdle is the second punt and kick returner. So again, I would expect Weegan to make this team, Mike. And the only other person here is Laith Marjan. He is a kicker that will be getting some playing time this preseason to try to save Chris Boswell's leg, I'm sure. And that, Mike, is what the initial preseason depth chart of the Pittsburgh Steelers looks like. Your thoughts overall on these 2026 Pittsburgh Steelers?
Like I said, the only ones that kind of caught me by surprise were Y.A. Black, listed initially as the starter over Joseph Day, and RSJ being the primary backup. But, that one really shouldn't have been a shock to me because he's been playing well. He ran with the one set a couple times and held his own. So no real surprises on this depth chart. It's kind of how we figured it would shake out. You probably can piece together your 53-man roster or, right now. We kind of have it figured out. It's just going to see, Norwegian, are we just going to keep him as a specialist? Or are we going to lump him in with the receivers? Or are we going to carry that many receivers? Because you don't pick a guy in the 4th round if you don't think he's going to be an immediate contributor, especially when he's just a specialist. Hopefully he can stick, because you don't want to be wasting a 4th rounder on a specialist that you can't keep around. But no major head scratchers.
No, there's really not. And again, Mike, we call this every year. I say you pretty much know what the 53-man roster is going to be. You might have a few guys one way or another that might surprise you, but at the end of the day, it's not rocket science. If you know your team, you know the Steelers, you watch them every year. You talk about them 365 days of the year like we do with you guys here on the Terrible Board. You tend to have a feeling the way things are going to fall. Again, we don't know everything. We're not perfect. Sometimes, again, you do have a little leeway, but at the end of the day, you have 53 guys that you pretty much have a good idea who's going to be on your football team to start off the regular season. I'm going to scoot down here just a little bit because my board is forcing me to. I do apologize again. About 500 messages. Heavy. So I am going to skip down. I apologize. You do know, guys, that I do read every single message. Even if I don't get to it on the show, I certainly don't miss them. So let me scoot down just a hair, just to keep my own sanity. Again, I apologize. Don't. Corey says, it's me against the world, baby. Don't. It's me against the world, baby. Mike, this is kind of maybe something that Aaron Rodgers might be saying. It's us against the world this year. Aaron Rodgers thinks the Steelers has the team to win the Super Bowl, Mike. I agree. I think that we have the team to win the Super Bowl. We're not going to get many media favors this year. As of right now, that could change. But as of right now, Aaron Rodgers, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and Steeler Nation, it's us against the world. And I got to be honest with you, I don't care. It's always us against the world, Mike. People generally hate on us no matter what. So, you know what? Let's go out and win football games, and F you if you don't like it.
Exactly. And, it's a cottage industry to shit on the Steelers because Yinzer Nations are going to come for you hot and heavy. So you're going to get the engagement from Yinzer Nation. And I think that's why a lot of places will shit on the Steelers because they know we're going to come out right like rabid Wolverines to defend our squad.
I agree. Again, I'm skipping down. I do apologize, guys. It's kind of making me. I hate the way that this is set up here. I can
that's that Pipsqueaks Mike's fault.
It is. It's not because again, it's the way that YouTube is only allowing me to manage my incoming messages here, so I have to continue.
Trust me, I threw mine up too, and it just kept going.
I have to continue to attempt, but Mike, let me scoot down just a hair.
Yep.
Let's go right here. Let me go to Yinzer Joe. He says, yeah, JPJ get paid, but not by the Steelers, LOL. Steel Loyal says, damn, RB, you sure did act like you knew ball way better than this. This convo opened up my eyes. I don't know what I'm missing there. Seems like Mike is still a bit chippy on the board. Let me go to an RB right here. His next message is this. Curious, how many years was Tom Brady the highest paid quarterback in the NFL? Seriously, how many? I don't think it was many because he wanted a better team and his success led. And again, here's the thing. People will argue both ways. And at the end of the day, nobody's wrong. Because again, Ben wasn't the highest paid. He always renegotiated his contract to have better teams. Tom Brady, again, the Patriots were very into the paying their players the way that we're talking about right here. And at the end of the day, you also have people that want their money. They want it now. So there's no wrong answer. It's just about the philosophy of the players, the team, which way you're going to decide to do things. And again, at the end of the day, I want more than anything for my team to be in the best possible position to win football games when it comes down to it. So again, you're not wrong, RB, and I don't think that the people that are arguing the other way aren't wrong either. So again, it's just a matter of opinion when it comes down to it. Because again, Mike, I've seen it play out both ways, and I've seen it work both ways to where people did take the cut and it helped, and then times when people got their money and it worked. So our preference is really irrelevant, Mike. It comes down to how this plays out for the Steelers and the players of interest.
Yeah, and it's how they envision the structure of their team, and how players are going to fit into their scheme in the long run. If they're going to change schemes up, they don't think he's going to fit, let him go. But you don't like to see good players walk out of your building. I love the philosophy of Graham seems to be the way too. Like, I'm going to build my scheme around the players that I have. So I wouldn't give him more of the good players.
Absolutely. Let's continue to go down right here. Again, I got to kind of skip some to stay somewhat updated. Let's continue to move right down here. I'm going to go to Mark Malone. I'm going to grab a mark here. Mark says he's a grower, not a shower. Tater says JPJ to the Niners. I see it. Let's go here to, again, down. Hope it's nothing. Broderick from Steven Stroud. Let me scoot down a little bit further. Let me grab this tortilla right here. He says, comparing JPJ to Tom Brady just to justify not paying him literally proves the point of why we should pay him. He's the GOAT. Okay. That wasn't not me agreeing. That was just me just trying to figure out what it is that's being said. Let's go right here to RB. He says this. He says, I don't give a fuck who it is. I'm not supporting anyone who's demanding top money and refuses to do his job until he gets it. Let's continue here. Cody says, you might want to take it easy, RB. Steele said he's going to get that bungee cord. Oh, geez. Cody bringing out the bungee cord today. It's no surprise, though, Mike, as chippy as it's been, that the bungee cord has been brought up.
The bungee cord. Bungee cord of doom.
Our defense could use that bungee cord. Let's go right here to Lindsay. She says, Tater, you need some players, buddy. You got a lot hurt. They do. San Fran, you think we're having injury issues. Imagine being a 49er fan. Hey. Steel loyal. What if it was Cooper DeJean at RB? Would you support it? Hell no, because I don't think he's. I don't know. He's not a top player though. Unless you're trying to bait, don't bait. Let's go here. Tortilla says this. That's the problem, RB. You can't treat everyone the same, and that's ultimately my answer to it, Mike. Everyone's not the same. Every team handles this different.
Yep.
Let's go to Mark Malone. I see he's up to his shenanigans. He says, Magnum shot a cum shot through one of the holes in the net. Let's continue on.
Nope, not going to say what I want to say.
RV says, support a slot corner getting top money. No, laugh my ass off. No. Let's continue down. Let's go a little bit more. Again, I do have to jump. I apologize. I mean, I wish we had Cooper as well, Lindsay. I think he's a great athlete. But again, I know many people are calling him a top 5, are they?
I wouldn't.
Yet. I wouldn't either. Again, look at the other names that are out there. I wouldn't have him as a top 5. Certainly not. Let's go to right here where... let's go to Tortilla. He says, you literally never even did support JPJ, even mid-season. Stop the crap. Tortilla is saying to RB. Tyrone is saying, so you didn't support Watt or Minka. Cam, stop lying, bro. RB responds by saying, go back and look what I said about Watt last year, or Hayward the year before, or even Boswell when he hinted about a sit-in. And I do agree, RB. Again, I don't remember everything verbatim that you said, but again, this is what I'm remembering you saying. Let's go here. Let's go to ASJ is Mark Wahlberg, Cody. A small turd. Tater says JPJ worth a 5th at least. Let's continue down a little bit right here. Lindsay, you produced how many accurate breaking news comments on this show? Let's go down to Steel Loyal. Steel Loyal says, I support any player that wants to get paid what they're worth. It's not weird. It's weird not to. I apologize about that. Again, down the way just a bit. You guys are awesome. Thank you. And the Bordians are killing it today.
flying in.
Tortilla, the cap literally goes up, RB. Netflix will pay for JPJ. RB says exactly, it's a business, and the business is to win, not produce individual success. JPJ, shut it, Cody. Let's go here to Steven. Let me get to Steven. Steven says, don't drink the Kool-Aid. He says, don't drink the Kool-Aid. What else do we got? Let's go right here to... Just trying to get a few different names here. A lot of the back and forth going on, so I'm going to scoot down a little to grab a few different names. Unless I see something. Let me grab this one right here. I see some numbers, Mike. I'm just going to talk about it. 1,000% RB says, I won't get paid enough money this year to live my life comfortably. I mean, let's be real. The difference between 25 million to 31 million is going to ruin your life. Right here. Martin Maloney, not even top 100. Let me come down to Cody. Cody says ASJ replacing Joey Porter is like Calvin Austin replacing Darnell Washington. Let's go here. Tyrone, right off the top, I'm just going to grab this one. He says this. He says, again, if Porter practiced today and broke his leg without a deal, is it fair to Porter? He's still being paid for this particular time. So, again, if he broke his leg today, he would be covered. I mean, he has money. He has an income today. It's the future money that he's working for. Let's go to Jamie. Jamie Carlos says, let's fucking go. Let's fucking go, he says. 1 week away. Guys, we have the Green Bay Packers 1 week in Pittsburgh from today. If you can believe it, tonight we do kick off the season officially, unofficially for the NFL with the Hall of Fame game. Kenny Pickett and the Carolina Panthers are taking on Carson Beck and the Arizona Cardinals tonight. Preseason game 1 of the year, the Hall of Fame game, Mike. This day next week, the Steelers will be playing, and in just 38 days, that's right, Tim Worley days, special guest from our show in the past, 38 days till the Steelers open things up here on the North Shore against, there he is, Mikey's holding up his little dude there, Mikey's holding his little character, his little figure, if you will.
Hold up my little thing, what?
And then 38 days, we will be playing the Atlanta Falcons right here on the North Shore to get this campaign started in 2026. So much going on today, Mike. The early injuries certainly headlining the show today. A lot of chippiness. You know what I think will heal this, Mike? Some Pittsburgh Steelers wins.
Yes.
Getting to the season, getting some wins, getting some encouraging things across our TV. I think that this is going to change everything. Right now, everyone has their opinions. They're ready to get at it. They're ready to make things happen, see things happen. But Mike, this is just kind of where we are. It's preseason. Guys are chippy. Fights are happening. People are getting injured, and it's just not there yet, Mike. But as soon as we get to that Atlanta game and we win that Atlanta game, you're going to have Steeler Nation pretty much on the same page. I hope at that point, Mike. I hope that's going to be the case.
Me too. Hopefully, we'll be all focused on talking shit and talking smack on the Falcons and how the Steelers are going to once again run the AFC North.
Absolutely. I agree.
As soon as I say that, I see the USA Today has us going 7-10.
That's what I'm saying. It's us against the world this year, guys. At some point, we have to pull together because everybody is outside of the Steelers fan base and organization. They're kind of laughing now, and I don't think it's deserving, guys. I think we all stick together, and when it matters, I think we will. But right now, guys, we're all still going through training camp as the team is. All trying to get to that point also here. Steel Loyal says, speaking of Rico, he's barking at a squirrel right now.
And that's the energy I want from my running back. See a squirrel, bark at squirrel.
Yes.
Fuck yeah. That's a ball player right there.
Let me continue forward here. Again, if you want to follow this debate through the whole show, you can go down the board. I see a lot between the guys. Staying chippy here.
540 messages today so far.
And I wouldn't have expected any different. Again, today would be the day that I would expect that to happen. Like a lot's going down. Even Derpy down at ground zero. He must be having issues even on his end. We haven't seen him pop through for a while.
I know. I'm kind of worried about Derpy. Like he filmed a little bit of practice. Did the Steelers CIA/Goon Squad get a hold of him?
I do want to say welcome, RB. I'm seeing RB is got the members, did get a membership, of course. guys, you could jump in on this as well and get all these cool emojicons that you are seeing throughout the day on the terrible board. We have the terrible towel. We have a shirtless derpy, a couple Vanilla Thunder pictures, also a lot of the catchphrases from the show. Guys, it's just $1.99 a month membership. There's no commitment. You could cancel anytime. It's a lot of fun. Again, I started doing it on another show, and I fell in love with a lot of the emojis, as you see right there. Mike has put them up on the board. They could change. They will change. Things will change over time. As just yesterday, Mike added the TJ Watt, especially for Lindsay, right here on the show. She demanded it. She came in here and told Mike, you better do it, or I'm going to beat your ass. And all of a sudden, we have a TJ Watt emoji on the screen. There it is. RB says this. Yes, Spears Jennings seems like a good kid. Hope he makes it work. Jamie says, I'm pulling for all the rookies. I am too. It seems like all 10 of these guys might make the squad, Mike, at the end of the day. Possibly. It's possible, right?
There's a possibility. Way, maybe all of them can make it. But I have a feeling there's going to be like 2 or 3 that they're going to try and sneak in on the practice squad.
Okay.
I just have a feeling it's going to be because we've had some good draft classes.
It's going to be little Eli. Is little Eli going to be
little Eli? I think they're going to have to try and get him in on the practice squad.
Yeah, I do too.
I know everyone loves him because he went to Navy and he's a Mount Lebo kid. I think it's going to be a struggle for him to make this roster, and they're going to have to try and get him in on the practice squad. But I have a feeling if they do that, a team might pick him up just because they're if he has a good camp, but not good enough to make a roster, someone might poach him. But that's that's what happens in the NFL, man. It's set up that way to disperse talent. You can't keep everyone, so I think he might end up getting poached. If not, he's going to go right onto that practice squad.
Let me get one of Corey. Corey, I'm going to change up a name here. Guys, I've been sticking on the debate. Let's get to Corey right here. Corey, don't drink that. Says the thing I hate about Mason is that he hesitates way too damn, and that's it. He doesn't have. Listen, there's a certain something about a starting quarterback that he doesn't have. I've always said that he's just a split second slower than he needs to be, and that never improved over his career. So again, yeah, Mike.
I would say he's not consistent with it.
Very not consistent.
And that's why he's a backup quarterback, because there are times where he sees it, grips it, rips it, and you're like, fuck yeah. And then like other times, like you said, the processing can be a little slow, and that's the difference between a starter and a backup is the consistency at that oh my god, at that level.
You see things when you're a starter. If you're a good starter, the game slows down.
Yeah,
it really does, and you see things better and slower than everybody else does. And the good starting quarterbacks, they have that, or they developed or whatever. Maybe you're born with it, I don't know. But baseball players, they say the same thing. If you're facing a 100-mile pitcher, a guy that throws 100 miles an hour, it goes really fast. But if you're really good, that slows down. I've always had trouble comprehending that.
Yeah,
because how can you be so good that it slows down when the ball is still moving 100 miles an hour? So again, some guys got it, some guys don't. Mason does not. It's just what it is. And again, he spent his career proving that every opportunity. Yes, he did win 3 pretty important games about 4 years ago. But beyond that, I think that we could all agree that he's not going to be a starter in this league. No. Let me finish the message here. Corey says he doesn't trust his first instincts more often than not. His first instinct is usually right. Also, Corey says this: you see him about to rip it to a wide open guy, and he pulls it back and fires it to. Yes, that is certainly something I've recognized about him. You're right, Corey. Let's continue down. Let's go right here to a lot going on. Again, guys, if you do want to follow the debate, a lot going on the contractual debates with JPJ. A lot going on today on the terrible board. Very eventful. Somewhat toxic, if you will. However, you know what? We've never veered away from toxicity on the show, guys. We'll continue to move forward right here. Corey says at RB, I hate the money has become the focal point of being an athlete. I remember back in the day when guys just loved the game. Now it's more about the FU money and less about legacy. Let's scoot down here a little bit, Mike. And the thing is, I'm doing a lot of scooting.
Yeah,
but it's not really getting me anywhere. Again, I do apologize.
Like I read that comment by Corey, and I think that was like a half hour, 45.
It was a half hour ago, and I'm still
scrolling. And it's still like my board is still updating slowly too. Real quick, this is a palate cleanser. Like you were talking about Aaron Donald at Rams camp. I just saw footage of him. He if that's like actual real footage from this year, he looks good.
I agree, Mike. There's not a doubt in my mind. If he goes back, he's gonna be just fine. He's gonna be just fine. He's Aaron Donald. He's a Hall of Famer. He's only been. I mean, come on. The guy's gonna be fine. And I hope that for Tater's sake, that he does go just so he could beat up San Francisco.
Right.
That's the only reason I really wanted to happen. Otherwise, I wanted to retire so he could go to the Hall of Fame as a Pitt player. So this is where I'm at.
Like you guys, you're starting to getting close to being number one. Get in there, Aaron. Think about Pitt. God damn it.
There you go. Let's go to.
I don't want Myles Garrett to win a Super Bowl.
You know what? I don't mind Myles now. I like him.
That's true. It's like, he switched teams.
And the funny thing about it, Mike, it wasn't really him that I hated when he was the Browns. It was PFF was the reason why I hated him when he was with the Browns.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with him.
Yeah.
I mean, the Browns just constantly telling us how much better he is than our guy was a fucking annoying.
No, at that time, no. Now he stayed more consistently productive than our guy, so he kind of passed our guy. But back then, no, our guy was playing better, and they were trying to find ways to say that he was better.
Again, I like Myles. Again, if he was on my team, I would love Myles. So again, I have nothing against him. I hope
exactly.
that he does.
He
was in our division, so it sucked,
Yeah, fuck that guy. Love him now.
I like Smiles Carrot. Let's see.
Fan.
Lindsay right up the top says, thank you, Vanilla. I forgot about my energy drink. I do want to say right here, Lindsay also says a little while back, TJ deserved to sit out. He deserved to be paid. Ungrateful as fans. Let's go right here. Let's go to, let me grab some more RB. He says, you hold out, you don't get paid. You show up and refuse to work and you still get paid. Also, Steel Loyal says this in response. He says, you really did just start watching football last year. That just proved it. And here's the thing, as I said, Mike, a lot of times people do choose just to take the arguing road because at the end of the day, both people are right. I mean, they're not wrong. Both sides, again, it just depends on how you operate your team, on the individual, because some people, they do things differently. And again, you just have to let this play out to get the answers. But I'm pretty sure no matter what, you could have two sides argue anything all day and any given topic, correct?
Yeah. Yeah, any topic can elicit, strong responses either way. Now happens to be JPJ getting paid.
Tortilla says CD Lamb, Nick Bosa, Chris Jones, Zach Martin, Google. All those guys sat out and got paid. It's called leverage. Jamie says facts. Lindsay, let's scoot down. Kevin Reed, pay JPJ before the price goes up. Speaking of prices go up, can I take a moment just to make a point that's not related to football? Sometimes when you talk to people about what's going on in the world and you use terms like how much a gallon of oil costs, these conversations, maybe people in America should start using it in terms of cheeseburgers, perhaps, because a lot of people don't understand what these, the amount of a barrel of oil is, and there's a lot going on in the world, Mike. And I'm just thinking if Americans would go buy cheeseburgers, what it's going to do to our cheeseburger prices as the prices continue to go up and down on oil. I then start to understand a little bit more what these prices, what it actually means and what those differences in the prices are, because I know what a cheeseburger costs, and I know what I don't want to pay for a cheeseburger.
Yeah,
we're talking barrels of oil. Who the fuck knows? I don't know. I go to the gas pipe and pay what it tells me, but I sure as hell know what a cheeseburger costs.
The fuck yeah, I do. Damn straight, brother.
If you tell me that I'm going to be paying $15 a cheeseburger, okay, I see we have a problem here. Let's figure out what the fuck's going on and put it into this. But you telling me, about a barrel of oil, fuck.
Yeah. Right. Do I look like I invest in barrels of oil, brother?
Right.
Does it look like my portfolio is that diversified? No.
Right.
No, we are investing in catalytic converters in cheeseburgers over here.
That's what I'm saying. This would make America a little bit more educated, I do believe. I mean, now that everyone has Google and they believe they know it all, but they basically
Google's wrong 95% of the time now. But they went to AI.
And again, everybody knows everything because they have a Google at the push of a button. Some of us are still dummies. I need to know how much my cheeseburger is going to cost by this war. I need to know how much my cheeseburgers are going to cost. Then I will then truly understand what it is that's going on around the world. But back to football, guys, just something that's been bouncing around in my head
my cheeseburger prices and my insulin prices because I eat too many cheeseburgers.
I love.
I need to know the corollary costs.
Cheeseburgers.
I'm sorry. I'm on one today.
Let's get into a few other topics, Mike. As we're still here a pretty good time on the show. Again, Derpy's still down at ground zero. Who knows what the hell's going on with him? We don't know. But Mike, here's some more topics we could get into right here. Kaboli, the fat man, he says this, Mike, Y.A. Black is a quiet standout at Steeler camps. He's going to push the pocket. He's going to push the pocket, Mike. Certainly, I couldn't agree more with what the fat man is saying. A lot of times that doesn't happen on the show, but the very fat man here in Pittsburgh says that Y.A. Black is a quiet standout, Mike.
Yeah, he's one of those guys we've been talking about all offseason. Like, if he can get his technique down to playing with better leverage. It's harder for some of those taller nose tackles to play leverage like that, but there have been successful guys that have been 6'4", 6'6" playing nose. They're few and far between, but you can do it if you get your technique down right, and you can bully that inside. And with the way he's been going, it's kind of looking like it's starting to click. And he even said last year, man, I hit that rookie wall. And he's been working all off season on the conditioning, on his technique, and it's paying off. And my God, if you can have him, Harmon, and whoever else they get to replace Cam, you got a nice, young, solid core right there. You get that big bastard in there to eat up the middle, and even if you put him down and move him around the formation, however they're going to use him and shit like that, because we don't run out of base a lot. But my God, that mountain of a man, find a way to get him out there a decent amount just to eat up space, and that will, guess what, allow our linebackers to flow more freely too. I'm excited to see what Y.A. Black's going to get. I mean, he's been kind of that forgotten guy. We've been this as the offseason has gone by of who we want to see play, because we talked about him a lot early, especially during the draft process of seeing if we need new linemen. But we kept talking about the continued development of Y.A.
You know what? I just grabbed something here, Reese, just randomly off the board, and this is a really great point.
Yep.
And I'm not even getting into the argument. I just think this is a really good point that Corey made. It might not even have anything to do with anything, but Corey says this: firefighters don't get paid anything, and they put their lives on the line all the time. So the putting our lives on the line, I think that's a kind of a chintzy argument. Every time you leave your house and get into a car, you put your life on the line. So again, I'm seeing this as kind of as it's going along, and I don't even know if I would use that, because you think of people like firemen, they put their lives on the line literally every day, and they don't make a sense. So again, it's all subjective, Mike. It's all
relative to the business that you are doing.
Absolutely.
Like the NFL is a multi-billion-dollar business that the players help generate that revenue for.
Well, we shouldn't the people that save our lives be more important in society, though?
Shouldn't everyone else be compensated more than what they are being compensated now?
Again, that comes down to each and every individual. So again, I don't know.
The NFL players have formed a players association to collectively bargain to get their worth.
And just like any other sport,
they should be punished. They should not be punished.
I'm not saying they should be punished. I'm just saying some people that are literally saving lives get paid nothing. I'm not talking about the business, the infrastructure, the way it's set. I'm just talking about general common sense. If somebody's getting paid nothing to save lives and put their lives on the line every day, and other people. So again, there's arguments come from everywhere. You really can't take a stance here and be clean of every single angle, because again, Mike, there's a lot.
But at that point, you're not comparing apples to apples.
You're not. That point. You're comparing people to save lives.
It's two totally different.
You're right.
The people firefighters,
the people that get paid millions aren't saving any lives. The people that are saving lives are getting paid nothing. So again, this comes down to not the structure of the business or the business plan. It comes down to just where you come from.
Well, where do firefighters get paid through tax revenue?
No, a lot of firefighters are volunteer.
Well, outside of volunteers, but
most firefighters are volunteer.
But ones in my town, in my city,
Again, that's a very low minority.
But what I'm saying though, like that's where my experience.
Listen, I don't even care to argue this. I was just bringing up a point that Corey said. Yeah. Again, I would much rather talk about the Steelers than to argue with you about firemen. So let's do move on.
Right? How we get
this is episode 1009 of the Two Dumb Yinzers. Guys, if you are here right now, you're enjoying this at all, or if it's even making your mind go crazy and spin, do hit that like button, guys. Your support means everything to us. It means everything to the show. If you hit that like button, more of you that do it, this will get spread out further to more people in the algorithm, guys. We certainly appreciate everything across this board that's come across all day. Agree with it, disagree with it. I don't even know what the hell I'm even seeing anymore. I just know that it's crazy today. Again, do hit that like button if you are in the house still. It will certainly help us out, guys. Let's continue down, Mike, as we do have a lot more to get into. It's not even firemen that we're talking about. We're going to continue and get in a fight about something else, at least if we're going to fight, please.
Okay, yeah, fight something about consequential.
Let's go here. Who's
the palate cleanser in the chat?
RB, who's the last NFL player who died on the field? Could have been DeMar Hamlin, but it was not. Of course,
Jesus Christ.
Of course, he was, of course, our Pitt player from here, Pitt, and from our hometown. Also, let's continue forward. That's the market for the NFL, and that's it. If we all disagree with it one day, then we just stop going and paying and stop buying the merchandise, and then they lose. So when it gets to that, then we have problems. Other than this, I don't think it's a problem right now. Again, once we start playing, once we start winning, Mike, a lot of this goes away. Steel Loyal says, laugh my ass off. Imagine Theo Vaughn as president. Let's go to Lindsay. She says, thank you, Vanilla. I forgot about my energy drink. Carlo. Jamie Carlo says, this the reason I don't like Myles Garrett because of the incident with Rudolph, and he always talks smack about TJ. I agree with you. You can't go around smacking somebody in the head with your football helmet. That's just that's an assault. But at the end of the day, that is neither here nor there for today. Either let's move forward. RB says 1,000% loyal. It's my opinion. I don't want me first, guys. Laugh my ass off. There is no right or wrong provable fact on I don't want me first, guys. Let's move forward down a little bit, Mo. Lindsay says, not you, Corey. I was referring to RB. Sorry, I was under yours. Cody says, even when I'm right, I'm wrong. Let's go down a little bit more. I'm kind of getting sort of close to where I need to be here. Let me start right here. See if it starts sounding familiar to anybody. Let's start right here where RB says this. He is one who signs the deal, not his agent. Tyrone says, yes, he was best for both sides. Tyrone, stop trying to diss my guy, saying he's not a team player. Fuck out of here, RB. Let's go to Lindsay. Rooney's spending every day. My job is at that field, so he's not so broke. Definitely not broke. Let's go here to Steel. Steel Loyal says his agent is the one who negotiates. That's the holdup. Nothing to do with JPJ. Tortilla says RB is right. I just spoke with the source. It's legit. I don't know what that's probably facetious, but I'm going to continue forward. RB also says this. Yeah, because that's the holdup. The team doesn't feel they are paying enough. And guys, what about that? Again, I'm playing devil's advocate. Perhaps the Steelers don't feel that he's valued this money, guys. I mean, we're arguing, saying that he is. The Steelers just aren't paying him. He's not. He's using leverage, blah, blah, blah. But what if the Steelers just don't value him where he feels that he should be valued? Leverage or not, practice or not, at the end of the day, that might be the answer. Maybe they just don't value him at $30 million, which I could, you could convince me one way or the other maybe, but you got to be a top 3, top 5. And again, there's still debate on if he is. I think he's really good. I don't think he's ever given up a touchdown. I think he's improved his game. I think he causes no problems. I think he's a very good cornerback and very valuable. But at the end of the day, it comes down to if the Steelers think so, agent or not. The agent can argue and fight for every single penny that he could get. But if the Steelers don't, if there's a reason they don't want to pay him that money, there's a reason. And take all the smack talk and argument away. At the end of the day, this could ultimately be the answer. They just don't think that they value him at that amount of money. And the harsh reality is, that could be just it, whether you agree or whether you don't. I like him. I'd pay him. I think he does all great things. Again, improving every part of his game that we had a problem with. Never letting up a touchdown. Hey, those are big to me. But at the end of the day, the Steelers are play a big part here. So, I mean, as much as we go at each other's throats, at the end of the day, do the Steelers feel that he is worth that amount of money, Mike? And that's the only thing that's going to that's the only thing that matters.
It matters what the front office thinks and what the owner is willing to pay. But if they don't value him, it would blow my mind.
I mean, we can't say the Steelers don't know football, and this is one of the things we can't keep, calling each other. Guys, the Steelers know football. It's a business. Whatever they're doing that for whatever reason. I mean, we can't sit there and say they don't know the Rooney. They know what they're doing. Believe me, they're the ones getting paid a lot of money to do what they do, not us. So obviously, again, I'm just trying to play devil's advocate. I'm not taking a side. I like JPJ. I want him here. I'd like for him to get his money and be paid and be happy, but the Steelers play a big part, guys. So, again, we could go at each other's throat all day, but it ultimately comes down if the Steelers feel this guy's worth this amount of money. And, so just consider that, guys. Again, not taking sides here. I like JPD. That's the side I'm on. I want him here. We do. We know everything, of course, Lindsay. I get that. That's why we kind of do what we do, and that's why we're all here talking. And I'm probably being a party pooper by even saying what I'm saying. But ultimately, you got to think about that. You know what I mean? A few more things, Mike, as we're rounding third on the show. Still got a lot of ways to go. Mike, this was said about, what do we want to talk about? Zach Frazier?
Yeah, let's talk about Zach Frazier.
All right, Zach Frazier. Zach Frazier, Mike, ready for a leap into the elite talent amongst centers, according to PFF. Now, I hate PFF, but I do also know that they put their ratings at the beginning of NFL football games for me to know how good players are. Mike, right now that Zach Frazier, PFF is saying that he certainly, and I agree with, he's ready for the leap into being an elite talent center in the league. And you've been saying this for months, so I'm not even going to ask you if you agree. I'm just going to ask you your comments.
It's funny. They said he's ready to jump into elite when they've consistently said he's like their third best center. Well, wouldn't that already be elite there, brother?
You're right.
behind Creed Humphreys and Tyler Lindbaum, who are elite centers. So, Zach Frazier is a dog. He's a beast. I think he is already elite. I think he played at a all-pro level last year, and if we're going to see it more and more this year, that this dude is a animal, one of the best centers in the league. I really got nothing else to say other than Zach Frazier is a dog, and I'm glad we have him, the anchor of this young offensive line.
I couldn't agree more. I like him a lot. And again, PFF, whatever. But right there, Mike, they are pushing Frazier, which, again, it's a Steeler kind of surprise to me. PFF, for whatever reason, puts us in the back seat sometime. And again, we don't care. We don't care. It's us against the world. It's always been that way. F them all. Let's go get the Super Bowl, guys. That's where I'm coming from. At the end of the day, I think we all feel like that deep down inside. What else do we got here, Mike? Charlie Batch. Let's see what Charlie Batch.
Oh,
Charlie Batch. Charlie Batch. I always have a Charlie Batch quote for the show. And this one, Lindsay, I think you're going to like. I think you're going to like this one, Lindsay. Charlie Batch. He says, based on what I've seen, bounce back season on the way for TJ Watt. Bounce back season on the way for TJ Watt by way of what Charlie Batch is seeing at camp. So apparently TJ is looking good. Maybe Mike having that big bounce back season that a lot of people, certainly Lindsay and big Watt fans, are pulling for. At the end of the day, Mike, Charlie Batch believes TJ is ready for a big bounce back season.
I hope so. It's TJ Watt, and Lindsay automatically cuts my microphone off.
Yeah, what was that?
The kind of power she has. She was worried that Thunder was going to be talking smack on TJ Watt, and Thunder is in TJ Watt's corner this year. He wants to see Watt do well. He wants him to return back to dominance because that's just going to help the team in the long run. It's what's best for business. TJ Watt to have a good season. He's looking quick in camp from just a little bit of footage I've been able to see from him in some drills. He looks quick. It looks like he has a step this year, but can he keep it going? If he does, it's only lead to great things for this defense. Now, what's going to be a bounce back year for TJ Watt? He had 7 sacks last year. We're talking 10, 12, 13 sacks.
I'd say double-digit sacks. It has the minimum. I would have to say, because in his down season having 7, I at least need to see 10 if I'm going to talk about this being this bounce back kind of season.
No, if they move him around and he starts dropping back in the coverage like he used to, and those sack numbers are down, that's fine because he's doing a lot of different things now, and that should open up room for other players as well. So it's going to have to be in context. You can't just not a lot of stat watching for Watt. It's going to be a lot of analyzing his game and how he's used and deployed.
A couple of things here, guys. Also, the debate on Aaron Rodgers. Again, we have a preseason game 1 week from today against the Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers is getting a pitch count. Apparently, that's been the topic lately. Here's some of this debate, Mike, that I kind of think here. As far as Aaron goes, this is this season prep. Some people are saying, hey, he's already been here. He's been here for 35 years. The guy, yes, but it's this season prep. What happened in preparation for the Green Bay season in 2015 has nothing to do with what happened right now. I want to see Aaron Rodgers. Now, the young quarterbacks is the counter argument. Well, we have to see the young argument. Well, they are the future. So we will take a look at them as they come. Anything better than the no participation that we got last year because of the injury to Will Howard, I think is good. We're going to see ample backups. We're going to see ample these young kids in the preseason. But Aaron playing, in my opinion, I think this is relevant. I think, again, you are preparing for the season at hand. This is the present. Again, the guy's a Hall of Famer. He had MVP seasons, but guess what? None of them were here. And they were for another team, and they were in another city. So I'm a big component, Mike. I do need to see the Aaron Rodgers on the field here in the preseason. And again, you are still going to see the younger quarterbacks. That's not going away. They're still going to be out there. Yeah. They're still going to be competing. They're still going to be playing and trying to fight for them positions. And again, they are prepping for the future. Aaron's prepping for now.
Yeah.
So for me, that's where the importance lies in this conversation. It is like everything else is debatable, but at the end of the day, I'm more concerned about ultimately right now we're preparing for now. And again, those other pieces are going to play out. There's no rush to get these two guys. Again, I want to make sure that the guy that's going to be playing this year is prepared for this year. That's my interest, and again, that's where I stand with that. I want to see all these 4 guys on the field in preseason. But this is just kind of where the chips lay for me.
Yeah, I want to see Rodgers out there, but I don't want to see him out there for like 40 snaps the entire.
No, that's crazy talk.
Get one drive in week 1, week 2 maybe 2 drives, week 3. I don't want to see you at all because we're getting right to game. Unless you look like shit those first couple games, guess what? You're going to go back out there because I want to see something out of you.
Yeah.
But, a drive, 2 drives, shut them down. Let's get our ones healthy and ready to go for the season. And Mason's kind of the same way. Get him probably 2 drives in each game and then hand it off to the rookies and let them go out there. Unless they want Mason out there to run through with a lot of guys that are in the 2 range and the 2 to 3 bubble range, get a more experienced hand with them to get a better look at those guys. I know some coaches like to do that. Hey, let's have my veteran back up in there with some younger guys to see how they work and operate. That could happen maybe in one of those games, but definitely in games 2 and 3, I want to see a lot of Will Howard, a lot of Drew Aller.
As I continue to watch, Mike, some of the messages go, and I see some great points. I see some points that are kind of, but right here, Mike, I have to grab Cody. I have to grab this one here where Cody says, Derpy is probably double fisting an ice cream and a hot dog right now. That caught my attention. Cody, you're going to get a game ball for that. I don't care. A lot of messages
double fisting a hot dog and an ice cream.
Yes. Game ball. That's my funny game ball. What's it called, Mike? The petty game ball. The petty game ball. That is my petty game ball of the day. 3 more, guys. Controversial topics. I don't want to make things controversial here today, but at the end of the day, I have 3 more controversial topics before we do start to move on this in the show, Mike. Do you want offense? Do you want defense? Or do you want legends? Offense, defense, legends. Mike, these are 3 controversial topics. I just want to talk about them real quick. Mike, shoot, offense, defense, or legends?
Legends.
Mike, it is being said that Ben Roethlisberger or Mike Tomlin, neither will be first ballot Hall of Famers. You may hold opinions about anything that you want. Maybe one guy is, one guy isn't. At the end of the day, Mike, this is being said about our Steelers. Big Ben or Mike Tomlin does not deserve a first and will not be first ballot Hall of Famers. I disagree 100%. I think Ben is absolutely a first-degree Hall of Famer, and I think why not? I don't think that Tomlin will because Bill Belichick didn't get in on his first time. That is the only reason I'm saying that Tomlin is not. But, Mike, these two guys do not deserve to be in the Hall of Fame is what is being said about these legends, Mike. Of course, never a losing season, Coach T. Big Ben, one of the best 10 quarterbacks ever. Controversial take, Mike. Do these guys belong in the Hall of Fame first ballot or no?
Big Ben definitely belongs first ballot Hall of Fame. I mean, look at his resume. Look where he's at. You can argue some of the same thing like with Tomlin and Ben. It's that latter half of the career's playoff success because they were both involved in those things. Both share equal blame for some of that lack of playoff success. So you can argue that right there. But the totality of their resume. You look at both guys like, okay, you can make an argument, definitely first ballot Hall of Famers. Like Ben, where when he retired, where he was in stats and everything.
He still had a 5,000-yard season the year before he retired. That's that's Hall of Fame.
The youngest player to win a Super Bowl.
Yes.
One of the best rookie seasons ever. Just go down the list. The greatest fourth quarter or game-winning drive in NFL history and in Super Bowl history. One of the most clutch players of all time. First ballot. Mike T, I think he would have a stronger argument if he retired like 5-6 years earlier.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, it's like that staying on, does that harm the legacy? Right there. That can be the argument against him. But both guys will definitely be in the Hall of Fame. And I think you'll have people trying to knock them to not get in first ballot.
Especially people outside of Pittsburgh, Mike. And again, even coming off of some of the controversy this offseason, maybe the just more mainstream people were going to be like, them Steelers again. Not a big fan.
Dude, you have local radio people that think Big Ben was not an elite quarterback at any point in his career.
And those people, Mike, do not deserve to be on the radio spewing this bullshit.
Yeah.
People on local radio saying that Big Ben don't belong in the Hall of Fame should be in another city or maybe being a fireman because, again, Mike, they obviously, contrary to what I'm saying on the board, Mike, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
No, and how can you look at his career and say, he's not a Hall of Famer or was never elite? Like, do you know ball? Like
that Aaron Rodgers just passed his record last year, and Aaron Rodgers, the 4-time Hall of Famer, is a walk-in. So again, Mike, just very, very stupid stuff. Do finish that up, and we still have two more.
Oh no, that's all I got, brother. Like he's a walk-in Hall of Famer.
Two more topics, two more toxic topics, Mike. Do you want offense or do you want defense?
Let's go offense.
Offense, Mike, right here. The fat man. He says Roman Wilson, he needs to see more of Roman Wilson. He's the best practice player out there, but can't buy it right now. I got to see him on the playing field. Mike, right now, Roman Wilson is a lot of Steeler fans' sweetheart. I ultimately agree with what the fat man is saying, but yet it's going to be controversial because a lot of people are loving Roman right now.
Yeah.
Working his way out of being the ugly little baby brother, whatever the hell he was called. Mike, Kaboli's not wrong.
So, shocker. He is not wrong on this.
I agree.
That is a correct level-headed take. Guys can have great practices. You get them out there, and it's like, you suck. You have other guys who have some shitty practices. You get them out on the field. You're like, who the fuck are you? And to quote the great Allen Iverson, we're sitting here talking about practice, man. Not a game, but practice. Yeah, some guys are great practice players. Some are not. And hopefully Roman is one of those guys that's looking great in practice and carries it over onto the field because we've seen the potential. I want to see the total package out of him this year.
And finally, Mike, that leaves us with nothing other than the defense. Controversial, toxic topics of the day. In the last three, Mike, again, it was pretty consistent all day, and I'm fine with that. Hey, the terrible board does what the terrible board does. There's no controlling the terrible board. Mike, Steeler Nation does what they do. Last topic of the day, Mike, this is the controversial topic on defense. Stephen A. Smith. Mike, he says that Patrick Graham is just an average defensive coordinator. Of course, us in Pittsburgh, we have big hopes for this. Of course, I bet he's 100 times better than Terrell Austin. But at the end of the day, Mike, it is being said that he is just an average defensive coordinator. Do you agree with Stephen A?
I do not. If you just look at stats, go, oh yeah, average. If you don't put stats, roster, context all into a hopper and spit out a coherent thought, which would be a first for Stephen A. Smith, you would see like, oh, he has outproduced with the talent that he has had. So that should give you hope that given this dearth of talent, he's going to show what he can actually do with a lot of talent. He only had a handful of guys out there in LA and outproduced what he should have. One of his better seasons in New York, when they had some good players, they outproduced what they should have. And when he had shitty players, he's gotten the most out of them based off his scheme. So no, I don't think he's an average coordinator.
All right, there you go, guys. Wraps up the 3 controversial topics of the day. Guys, a whole lot going on. We have the Hall of Fame game tonight. Kenny Pickett, the Carolina Panthers, taking on Carson Beck with those eyes that seem to be, I don't know what they're doing, but we're going to see them tonight, Mike, as the Cardinals and Panthers go at it tonight on the Hall of Fame game. Mike Tomlin. Guys, if you missed him, you're going to see him tonight. Mike Tomlin, he will be making his official TV broadcasting debut as a studio analyst for NBC. We will be seeing Coach T tonight as you tune in to watch the preseason, the very first preseason football game of the year. We're 7 days away, which means this time next week we're going to be getting ready for the Packers for our own game right here in Pittsburgh, guys. That's coming in 1 week, and we are just 38 days. Mike, I remember when we were 100. I remember when we were 200. Mike, we're 38 days away from the Steelers opening up the regular season right here on the north side against the Atlanta Falcons, who's having some issues of their own with injuries. So we're not going to talk much crap because, again, you know what happens when you do. Yep. So at the end of the day, Falcons will be here in 38 days, guys. It's all happening so fast. Camp is continuing. If you are heading up to camp tomorrow, it is going to be parking lot opens at 8:15. Gates open at 8:30. Practice starts at 11:20-ish. But you got to remember, Saturday, it's later. If you're making your way down there Saturday, it is a Saturday night lights practice. So if you're working your way to St. Vincent College in Latrobe here in Westmoreland County in Western PA, do keep those things in mind. And do not forget to get registered before you head to camp, guys. Get over to Steelers.com or Ticketmaster.com to get registered. You don't want to have to be dealing with this at the end of the when you're trying to walk in, guys. So you're going to want to do it in advance. But get over there. Still lots and lots of camp to go, Mike. Again, tomorrow, regular time in the morning, 11:20 start. Saturday Night Lights, I think, I can't remember if they're off or on Sunday, but I do know that we're a week away from Green Bay, and then just beyond that, camp will be at an end. So still a lot if you're trying to make your way down there. But in the big picture, Mike, we're getting closer and closer to getting onto the field for games that are meaningful. And albeit that's not next week just yet, but it is still Steelers on the field, on your TV, on my TV, us getting to watch it and cheer on our favorite team. See the youngsters, see these quarterbacks. And some of these other people, Mike, you want to see draft picks, free agents alike. I want to see some of these guys play. So this is all coming really fast.
Oh, yeah, big time. I not just the players, but I want to see, what are they willing to show new scheme-wise? We know the offense is going to be night and day difference from last year. Even running out and, just base vanilla offense is going to be a night and day difference. So I at least want to get a taste of that. Same thing with the defense. And I want to see the energy that the guys have, because they've been looking fast and crisp. The defense has in camp. I want to see that translate over. I want to see if Patrick Queen learned how to tackle if he plays. That's what that's the big thing. That's number one on Thunder's list, is how well will Patrick Queen tackle.
Here's something to think about. They're not tackling in camp. Let's say he doesn't get much playing time. This guy led the league in missed tackles last year. Do you think that he's going to improve by not doing anything to improve his skills?
Maybe time off he'll forget that he forgot how to tackle and remember how to tackle.
Maybe that's the case. We'll go with that.
That's what I'm going with, my guy. I didn't mean to say it. I'm sorry.
What are you doing to me?
I saw it in the comments.
I did too. I'm
sorry.
And I do want to say, listen, if you do say it, I don't care. I don't hate you. Believe me. I don't say it. That's all. I don't say my guy. It sounds nerdy.
I do feel bad.
It sounds like that nerdy white guy on a college campus, like you back into him, and he turns around and goes, hey, it's okay, my guy. I don't like you. I don't know why. I don't like that guy.
Like,
I never did. It's going to be okay, buddy. It's okay, my guy. Shut the fuck up.
My catchphrase is brother, and here I am calling you
I love
guy.
brother. That's my thing, guys. I guess maybe I'm whatever, but I'm more of a brother guy than a my guy. But who cares? Whatever you say, you say. Nothing against anybody. Let's go right here. Mike, couple things. Before we do wrap it up, I do want to just go back into this. Steel Loyal says, God bless the firefighters. I couldn't agree with you more. Let's go down here to a couple messages I just wanted to see that I thought was notable. And they're all notable, guys. If I had 4 more hours, I'd sit here and read every message aloud. I really would. You know that, but I will read them all regardless. Vegas says, nobody ever made the song Fuck the Firefighters.
I was just about to say that.
Very good point. Very good point. Vegas, great seeing you all the way from Las Vegas in the house, my man, as always. Let's go here to Cody. If you're a firefighter, you choose the wrong job. Let's go to Jamie Carlo. He says, God bless all of us, reaping rewards of any struggles we go through. Guys, continuing down here, just grabbing a few notables as we do go through all these. If you like the debate, if you like all that, guys, it's all said on the terrible board today. As a matter of fact, I think there's some very interesting things along the way I'm seeing, and a lot of jabs, a lot of stabs, and a lot of chippiness as well. But guys, it's all there. I will read them all. Vegas says this: JP Senior might be telling Junior to hold off until the other cornerbacks sign. Maybe we're all fighting for nothing. Perhaps I'm sorry that Vegas is saying. Let's go down, grab a couple more. RB, he says he's not the one signing the deal. Also, Steel Loyal says it's not an opinion. You actually, I'm just going to go past that one. Let's go a little further here. I'm trying to go out like a lamb, Mike. You come in like a lion and out like a lamb. What's love got to do with it? Got to do with it, of course. Tortilla is doing his best Tina Turner. Tortilla Turner. I like it. Let's go here to who needs a heart when a heart? He's going, man. There's Vegas singing in there too.
833 comments.
Guys, you were amazing
for the preseason.
Hey,
you guys are
what?
Menaces. I love it.
Wait till the games get exciting.
I know, right?
But please keep bringing it, everybody. We love you. You know that. Again, Ryan, we know everything. Lindsay, of course. Hey, that's anybody from Pittsburgh. We all know everything. Or Pittsburgh fans. Let's continue down here. Somber says, I left the stream, took a dump, made some food, and you're all still going at it. Let's go here to, yes, Somber, it's never ending, this debate. Cody wants to know, did you take your phone with you while taking a dump? I wanted to know if you took your food with you while taking a dump. So
pull a Caboli.
Poor Caboli. His toilet is actually made of food. He's literally made that happen. Mark Caboli never stops. Let's go, Lindsay. His 2 front teeth. She says, let's go here. Lindsay got it. Let's go, Cody. Cody says, hey, Tater, Somber took the Browns to the Super Bowl. That is true as well. A few more here, guys, and we're going to get into this question of the day. I do want to throw you a little hint out there. It is about equipment, pads. That is the theme for today's trivia question, as it's been all week, as this has been the opening week for pads for the Steelers, so that's not going to change. Let me grab a... Cody says, I'd be more worried about hearing the sound of my tater dropping in the toilet than water hitting my butt cheeks. Yeah, that's good.
Oh,
throw Cody a game ball, Mike. You have to on that. Anybody that uses the word butt cheeks in that manner, water hitting my butt cheeks, you get a game ball, my friend. Kevin says JPJ is only holding in just like TJ and Cam did, so he's not doing it. And that's what I'm saying, guys. We're all kind of more at each other's throats about this than we need to be. But again, some people continue to go on, and again, we're here. Keep it going, guys. Let's go pay him before the price goes up, is what Kevin is saying on the terrible board. I'm going to kind of do a quick scroll down here a little bit, guys. Grab somebody right here. Guess what? TJ got paid. Lindsay says this also. Let's go here to Steel Loyal. Agreed to love what I'm hearing. Need to see it. I think that was from probably one of the topics there we wrapped up with. Tortilla, Mike Tomlin going to call Kenny Pickett a bad word. Again, tonight, Mike Tomlin will be working the game. Kenny is really looking like a backup right now. Who drafted that guy? Tomlin? Somber says this. Also, let's go right here to a couple more messages, guys. We're going to get into this question of the day. Let's grab I don't know. What do I want to grab? Let's go right here. Steel Loyal says you disagree with everything everyone says and have to add your 2 cents in. I think that was directed at RB, if I'm not mistaken. Tortilla says this, and again, I'm backing up a little bit as I'm reading this. Tortilla says I'm the only one that's never lost an argument. Or wait, I've only ever lost an argument to Lindsay. Okay, I thought he was trying to say he's the only one that never lost an argument, and we've all lost those arguments to Lindsay. Let's continue down here to the very end, guys, as we do start to wrap things up here. Grabbing the last 3. Tyrone says, facts I would put in my papers. Steel Loyal says JPJ is going to get 28 million plus, and Yins are going to cry, and we are going to laugh. And finally, RB says, isn't a right or wrong discussion. And ultimately, I agree with that in the big picture kind of way, but I can see the arguments as well, guys. Finally, Tyrone says, yeah, his secondary Swiss cheese. This secondary Swiss cheese with him, by the way. Mike, why don't you go ahead and tell everybody about the website?
The Yinzers.com. Check it out, everyone. Got articles over there. Should have one. I'll have one coming up tomorrow on Friday, covering more or less all the big scoops from this week, recapping it. So check that out. Be on the lookout for that over at Yinzers. We got the merch store. We got links to all of our social media at the Yinzers.com.
I want to be perfectly honest. Taking everything out of it, I don't care if the guy got paid $100 million. I don't care if the guy got paid $2 million. At the end of the day, I want my team to work. Unfortunately, again, the money is a big part of it. I want everything to get figured out. I want JPJ to be ready to be playing when we start playing meaningful games. At the end of the day, I love my football team. So all debating aside, all the chippiness aside, I want it to work out. And again, I don't care. His paycheck's never going to affect me one bit. His bank account's never going to affect me. So at the end of the day, I want my guys out there, be ready to play football. Everything else just kind of sucks. But you know what it is, It's what we're dealing with. It's what the team is dealing with. It's what the players, the agents, and so forth are all dealing with at the time. So again, it is what it is. We still continue to do what we do. Mike, let's get into this question of the day. Put on your thinking caps. Everybody at home, everybody on the terrible board. It's time to get into the question of the day today. And of course, this is about pads. Not the pads that Mike wears, but the football pads. Guys, here we go. Stop the bleeding, Mike. Come on. Let's continue on. Let's go to the question of the day. In the 1970s, are we ready? In the 1970s, some helmets used valves to pump air for a tighter fit, which I had one.
I had those too.
I did too. My very first year in football, they call me an airhead because. But anyway, so let me start over. In the 1970s, some helmets used valves to pump air for a tight fit. Players would use this in the inflation bulbs to keep the valves from freezing solid during frigid games. Let me read that again, guys. Here we go. In the 70s, some helmets used valves to pump air for a tight fit. Players would use this in the inflation bulbs to keep the valves from freezing solid during frigid games. Think that over, guys. We are live. We're live 5 days a week right here, Monday through Friday, 11:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. every day right here on the Tube.
On Tube.
And again, do check out the website, as Mike mentioned, www.d2wyinzers.com, www.d2wyinzers.com. Lots of cool stuff over there. The guys do put a lot of work into it. Go check out the website at www.d2wyinzers.com. All right, guys, question of the day. And again, I had one of these my very first year in football. I was the only one on the team. Everybody else had the little pad packs, the pack pads, and I had the airhead. They call me the airhead. And the coach had to pump my head every day. And, I was a little kid. What the hell do I know? But guys, question of the day is this. Lindsay, you are. She says, I have absolutely no clue, but I am right, and I couldn't agree more. Guys, let's all just go home on that note. Lindsay is always correct. Guys, let me read it one more time. In the 1970s, some helmets used valves to pump air for a tighter fit. Right here. Just like that. Players would use this in the inflation bulbs to keep the valves from freezing solid during frigid games. Tortilla saying a flux capacitor. Mike, what is your thought process? This is kind of difficult. Perhaps you know. If you don't, if you do, if you have a guess, maybe you even looked it up already, do throw it up on the board. Mike, what is your thought process? What is being used to keep them from freezing?
Bull semen.
Bull semen. This is almost like Hollywood Squares.
like I'm trying to. What the hell would you put in there that wouldn't freeze?
That's a very good question.
You
Urine.
liquid,
Somber
you
is
put
saying
liquid mercury in there.
Somber is saying urine. Guys, Mike, you were going to continue with bull.
I'll go with
semen.
Bull semen. Boy, you can't go wrong with bull semen.
All right, there you go. Bull semen. Antifreeze Steel Loyal is saying on the board, not a bad answer. Somber also. Let's get back to the question of the day. Is this, guys, in the 70s, some helmets used valves to pump air for a tighter fit. Players would use this in the inflation bulbs to keep the valves from freezing solid during frigid games. Mike said final answer on the bull semen.
Mm-hmm.
Got you locked in. And guys, here is Sommer said that would be the logical answer, but that's no fun.
Right. When I heard antifreeze, like someone actually thought this one through.
So, guys, here it is. Question of the day. In the 70s, some people they used the pump heads, the airheads. As I had one in my very first year, never after, just in my first year playing football. You used. Let me read it. In the 1970s, some helmets used valves to pump air for a tighter fit. Players would use this if the inflation bulbs to keep the valves from freezing solid during frigid games. We did see the correct answer, and the answer is in fact actually antifreeze. Mike, that is the answer. Antifreeze. I kid you not. These guys put antifreeze in their helmet to keep it from freezing.
Who said that? Steel Loyal? Did he?
A couple. I think Somber said that as well. Somber, Steel Loyal. There you go. Yes. So correct answer, guys. They did put antifreeze, so you could have leaked antifreeze, Mike, during a football game, if perhaps hit too hard, maybe, you know. There you go, guys. Correct answer is antifreeze. They used to put antifreeze in their helmets. A lot going on today. I do want to say what's up to G popping in. I did see you, my man. Don't think I didn't notice. Also, anybody else that did pop in throughout the day. A lot of messages across the board today. Over 500, I think, closer to 600 now, guys. Thank you again. Very, very eventful show. Very chippy, and a day that started off, Mike, that I thought was going to be slow. Started with some big time injuries. IMAX, the first one, helped off the field with what seems to be a shoulder. Doesn't seem to be serious, but this is what we're being told. Also, Mike, Rico Dowdle, he limps off the field with what is thought to be cramps in his lower leg. And finally, Brandon Eccles also, Mike, he had some sort of injury as well.
Ankle injury.
An ankle there as well. Derpy was down on the ground zero today to keep us up to date early on in the show. Yeah.
Derpy goes there and everyone gets hurt.
That was my thought. I wasn't going to say it out loud, but that's what was.
No, brother, I know where I'm putting the blame.
I know everybody ought to just quit fighting and just blame it all on Derpy. I think that's the right way to go. Steel Loyal says was hoping for bull semen at Vanilla. We were all hoping for some bull semen. Steel Loyal Somber says hopefully all three of those injuries are good to go. And so far, so good, Somber. It doesn't seem that things are going to be worse than what we're thinking. Hopefully, fingers crossed, right? Some of the naked derpies there I see Lindsay's putting up. Let me just grab a couple more here. G, great to see you, brother.
Lindsay.
Salute
this
to
is
you.
the only emoji you need.
Oh. What is that? Emoji of a butthole? Oh, wait, that's you. Thought it was a gaping anus. Let's go right here. Yes, Max did leave practice, unfortunately. Jizz, Mark Malone with random jizz on the board. So let me just back down to the bottom and start wrapping it up. Guys,
Jesus Christ.
Good debate, RB. We'll continue this later. Steel Loyal is saying, and again, I want to thank everybody for being here and doing what you do every day, guys, and your support for the show. It really means a lot to us. Thank you so much for everything. It was busy. It certainly was busy. It was chippy and everything above, guys. But we'll be back tomorrow. But tonight, guys, don't forget there is a football game. This is the official start of the whole process of the NFL, Mike. The Hall of Fame game tonight. That is Kenny Pickett versus Carson Beck, of course, the Cardinals versus the Panthers, the big Hall of Fame game. Mike Tomlin will be in the house, guys, making his TV broadcasting debut as a studio analyst for NBC. If you want to see Coach T, he will be in the place to be. Tonight, that's right, Coach T, on the game. We'll be talking about that, the game, so much more. Again, tomorrow, the guys will be back at camp regular time, and then Saturday is Saturday Night Lights. So much coming up, guys. We are just a week away from the Steelers playing the Green Bay Packers. So it's all happening really fast. Again, we want to thank everybody so much for your support. Thank you for being here, doing what it is that you do all year around, not just now, but all year around, guys. The board doesn't have to be banging the it doesn't have to be it really doesn't. We thank you for all year around. You guys are here with us doing what we do, and we love you for it. We thank you for it. And we really support us. We really love you for that, guys. Thank you so much. A couple things before we do get ready to take off for the day, and get ready. I'm going to have the Pirates play early today, Mike. The Buccos have game 4 of their series with the Brewers. They started about an hour ago. I'm going to check on this score. I got to do my preparation for football tonight. We have a football game. I have to be ready. I have to be in shape. I mean, it's going to consist of me eating food, but I'll be ready. I'll be ready for that game tonight. I swear to you. A few things before we do get ready to go. If you do, guys, want to jump in and get some of these cool emojis, they're awesome, guys. As I do see them popping up throughout the show, I'm laughing to myself, guys. The Naked Derpy, a couple mics, Vanilla Thunders, I'm sorry, some catchphrases from the show, the Terrible Towel, Game Ball, all kind of stuff. Only $1.99 a month. $1.99 a month, guys, and you can cancel anytime. There is nothing that saying that you have to go any further than you want to, guys. You can enjoy them, and if you want to cancel before the next time comes around, you could absolutely do that. It is a lot of fun. I think that we're having fun with that as well, guys. $1.99 for that membership. And I do want to say that is 100% different than the subscription. We do ask if you love the show, if you like the show, if you like hanging out, you like what we do, you like enjoying time on the board, do hit the follow button here, the sub button, which is totally different than the membership. The sub is absolutely free, cost you nothing. Just hit the sub button, guys. That helps us out as well. It gets us out on that algorithm a little bit further and more eyes to see us. So again, we thank you for doing that as well. A couple of things, Mike, before we do wrap up the day, I want to come to you and ask you how your thoughts today's show.
An eventful show.
Absolutely.
Hopefully these injuries are just typical, bumps and bruises along the way. I did catch the big hit that Deshaun Elliott put on DK. He came in, he lowered the boom, and immediately realized, oh shit, we ain't doing that this year. It was funny. He was like, my bad. Like when the little brother finally hits the big brother, you do the, I didn't mean it.
And I've never hit the big brother who's built quite like DK Metcalf either. So he's probably,
And it was funny too. Like they all help each other up. Pat Fryer was holding Deshaun like he's going to punch him in the face. Just a funny little thing from camp to lighten the mood as we leave the day.
So much. It was fun. Today was fun, guys.
Almost 1,000 comments today. You guys are awesome.
Really bringing it, everybody. Thank you so much. Truly, honestly, thank you. You know that. A few things before we do go. Let me say this, guys. I want to say, while you are getting ready for the game tonight, you might want to stop on your way to Giant Eagle. My 6 and 12 packs of Duquesne Pilsner now available at Giant Eagle, and also wherever cases are sold. Get ready for that NFL game tonight with some Duquesne Pilsner. Mike, the guys always over there, they like to help us out, so we like to give them some love and help them back as well. Maybe you're not big beer drinkers, that's okay. Jump on their social media, hit the follow, hit some likes. I know that they'll certainly appreciate that. And while you're at it, do hit us as well, guys. We are all over social media. Hit Facebook, hit X, formerly known as Twitter, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, anywhere. Go and hit that like button, guys. Keep up with what the two dumb Yinzers are up to on a day-to-day basis. And if you haven't had a chance, do hit the like button down below. Hit the like button, the sub, leave a comment, share. It all helps, guys, in the big picture. Gets us pushed on the algorithm to more Steeler fans, guys, to keep improving the show and growing the show. So again, we want to thank you so much for doing that. And finally, Mike, that Duquesne Pilsner, we have it right here all year round on tap for anything that does come along. It is made right here in Western Pennsylvania in Pittsburgh. More exactly, Mike, it says on the can, grab a Duke.
Grab a Duke.
Let's see what else we got here. We'll be back tomorrow. Big preseason game tonight to kick it all off. Hall of Fame game. We'll talk about that and everything that is going on up to the minute tomorrow. As the guys will be back at practice tomorrow at regular time. 11:20-ish is the start on that in the morning. So much to get into, Mike, heading into this weekend as the season unofficially kind of gets kicked off. The NFL process gets kicked off tonight. So we're ready. We got a week to get ready for Green Bay. Not just the Steelers, but you, me, everybody on the board. We got to be ready for the Packers next week, don't we?
Yes, we do, man. We got to get ready. I'm ready for it. I'm fired up for it.
Absolutely, guys.
Run through a fucking wall.
Let me see, make sure I'm not forgetting anything before we go. Again, 38 days till kickoff against Atlanta, just 7 days till Green Bay. Guys, again, Hall of Fame game tonight. KP, Carson Beck. I know I'll sure be watching that. I do think that's everything. And don't forget, guys, Saturday Night Lights. If you want to get down to a training camp practice that's in the evening, not in the daytime, that is this Saturday. Again, I want to thank Derpy for also being down at Ground Zero, helping us out with the information during the show today. Big shout out to the Derps. He was down there doing his thing, Mike. I think that's about everything for me. I just have to give thanks to everybody, and I think that's going to be it. I want to say thank you to everybody for coming and hanging out, checking us out today. We appreciate each and every one of you. We truly, honestly do. We wouldn't do it without you. Thank you so much. I want to say thank you to everybody on the board, as you are the drive, the lifeblood. You are what keeps the show interesting, guys, and we always rely on you, and you never let us down. It doesn't matter what the opinion, it doesn't matter what, guys. You always carry that ball without fumbling, and we love you for it. Thank you so much. I want to say thank you to everybody that's at home watching, maybe listening, if you're in the car, if you're at the gym, maybe in the workplace, maybe trying to get that last 10 minutes knocked out and you're in the bathroom watching the show, commenting instead of working. You know what? I'll pay you. You can still get paid for being at your job and not working. I don't care. We're going to make sure you get your pay on at the end of the day. Everybody gets paid. We go move forward, do well, get these Steelers some wins, Mike, as the season goes on, and get to that February 14th football game. That's the only thing I'm thinking about right now.
Me too, brother. It needs to get here fast.
Absolutely, guys. We'll be back tomorrow again to do it all over. All the up-to-date information, everything that happens between now and then, and everything in between. We'll be back tomorrow to get into that. We hope to see everybody back as well to get into it with us. Again, thank you so much. You make it real, baby. You truly, honestly do. All thanks to you. We love you guys. That's never changed. You do what you do, and we love it. Everybody, we'll be back tomorrow. Mike, anything else? Speak now or forever hold your peace.
I got nothing. Have a good day, everyone.
Again, thank you so much, everybody, for your participation. Over 1,000 messages in the terrible chat today. Guys, that's a huge game ball for everybody today. Thank you, and pat yourself on the back. We'll be back tomorrow to do it all over again. For Derpy, down at Ground Zero, Finch, for Chop, for RB on the board today, for Mike, who eats crickets, and myself, the two dumb Yinzers. Everybody have a great Thursday. Stay safe. Enjoy that game tonight as it's kind of kicking things off. Officially, unofficially, I like to say, but we'll be back tomorrow to talk about it and much more. For everybody here at the show, we want to say thank you, and we'll see you tomorrow. Have a safe day, guys. Peace and love. Peace and love. Peace and love. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.